Oh my god, lagging like a bitch. Wait ah.
Are you streaming like now or what?
Yeah. Hold on, I need to
Okay.
change this to
Yeah.
here. Aha.
Cause I would say that like I mean I don't know you very much, but I would say that one look okay your life. Okay, maybe I will talk about this now.
Wait
Yes.
I need to change.
Sure.
Do you know what is Trovo? Have you heard of Trovo?
Nope. No idea.
So it's a new streaming platform.
Oh,
Which apparently what I've heard is that there's a lot of money in it.
I see.
Yeah, but the viewer base is like, shit, man. Like,
Interesting.
so
So you usually stream to Facebook
I stream
only
to
or?
all. Like
Oh,
recently I do some what do you call it? Multi streaming. Yeah.
Hmm. I see.
Hello Reza, what's up? Okay, so we can start soon. Hold on. Oh shit, okay. Let me watch it. Hello Mr. Fob.
I'm gonna go grab some water for myself.
Alright, sure.
I'll be back.
No problem. No stream these days. Oh, I streamed yesterday, but no, I didn't. I streamed the day before, but it was Among Us stream. Yeah. So today I'm just doing sort of a live view, not really live view, more like a review, right? With the Philippines C icon, right? Because I'm practicing with my co-caster for the FSL, right? So if y'all didn't know, I'll be casting for FSL, right? And oh my god, my fucking mouse disappeared. Help me. Oh my god. Yeah, and so I'm just practicing my co-caster for FSL. Going to be looking at some of the interesting games for the PH C icon group stages. I mean, these were some of the more interesting games, right? Most recently. So we did some of the practice for Next Play versus Team Secret. So we're just gonna start with the third game here. Hello Mark Jr. PH team gameplay is smooth. Yeah, definitely a lot better than some of the other regions. Batuhan, hello. I'm doing well, dude. How are you? Who will be your casting partner? His name is stage name is Escape Artist, right? And he did a little bit of casting for he did quite a lot of casting actually for back in League of Legends. So he's moving to a little bit of Wild Rift now. What is FSL? It is the female league, community female league that's happening this weekend, right? And I'll be casting for the tournament. Do you watch LEC final? I have yet to watch the LEC final. I did watch Rogue win G2, right? I heard Rogue got reverse swept by Mad Lions, but I did not watch it yet. PH Ghost Tour is very good. I didn't watch it at all. Doesn't seem amateur. I mean, they do have some high-ranking players, right? Like Kaisaya, which is one of the casters for our PH team. I mean the PHC icon, but she's actually challenger, so higher rank than some of my players, so you can't really say that like you can't count them out for sure. Well, just having this fucking issue okay. Finally.
Alright, hello.
Sim for some of them. What the fuck? Wait a second. Okay. Yes, hello. Are you back?
Right. Yes.
So you can see my screen, yeah?
I can't actually.
No, I mean, can you see it now? Screen. Oh, I ended my share screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. Can you see?
Yep. There we go.
Okay lah. Caster outranks pro players. It's actually true though. Like Kaisaya is actually she peaked challenger, ended grandmaster. Yeah. Watch at least 5 game Mac versus Rogue. It was banger. I mean, I heard they were really far behind early game and then Rogue just threw. Okay, anyway, moving on to the cast. I just fast forward to the draft, okay?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Oh
Yeah.
no, it's a first pick Fiora.
Yeah, that's not exactly something that's worked out very well. So for context, this is the third game right now of Next Play Esports versus Team Secret, and Fiora. Whoever has had Fiora on their side has lost the game.
Now, interestingly enough, right, we do see Galio being banned on blue side, which is pretty awkward because, you know, Galio is the OP champion of this patch, and, you know, he can be played mid lane, can be played support. I've even seen some people playing him top. So, them as next play not being able to first pick and play the Galio is sort of a red flag. You know, we do see the Kaisa, Braum, you know, Team Secret for some reason just really love this combo, not letting go of it. All the past 3 games they have been playing it.
Yeah, that's right. They do get the. Oh, I think you shared your entire screen instead of the.
Yeah, they are.
I see. Okay.
Because if
Sorry, 'cause
when I alt tab, you can't see anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I can actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
I actually can
okay.
see. Yeah, sorry.
Let me. Really? When I no like if I alt tab now, like you can see here. Now you can see.
Oh, I can. Hold on. Can I? Wait, no, I can't. I can't.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's why it doesn't.
Wait.
So when I alt tab, you won't see it.
I can see it now.
No, yeah, cause I tapped back into the.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, a little bit of technical difficulties, but other than that, the team composition, something actually different coming out of Next Play Esports. For the past 2 rounds, they have been playing that Ezreal Lux bot lane, but they this time opt for the MF as well as the Alistar and the Ziggs mid as well.
Right. So, I mean, it's pretty interesting because the first few games. Oh, it's an Evelyn last pick here. I think going to be in the top lane, if I'm not mistaken, into the Fiora. So, pretty interesting pick, right? We have seen a little bit of Evelyn here and there. She is known to be that strong laning phase champion that's able to, you know, suppress a lot of those carry champions. So, I mean, if they do put it into top lane here, I mean, I would assume that it is because putting Mundo into the Fiora doesn't really make a lot of sense here.
Yep.
But talking about the compositions wise, Next Play Esports, the first 2 games they play a lot more of that kite back and, you know, disengaged long range sort of champions. But here, you know, they are looking for a lot more of that team fight oriented engage style with the Misfortune and the Alistar and Vi, looking for the engage and the burst of the Ziggs. Whereas, you know, Team Secret, the sides are sort of swapped, right? Because now with the Braum and the Seraphine, they can move forward, but obviously it would be slightly better for them to, you know, look to do a little bit of kiting against the Vi and the Alistar.
Yeah, and the important thing again to remember is that both of these teams have each got 1 win in this series. So whoever takes this one will take the series, and that means that everything really at this point is on the line for them as we head into the Wild Rift. It does look like it's actually gonna be a Mundo in the top lane.
I think it's bugged. Cause like, yeah, see it's bugged.
Oh yeah, it is. That's a little weird stuff here, but Azar is actually gonna be
Oh
face checking
my.
right now. Yeah, just takes a bit of damage right there. But this Vi, oh dear.
Oh my god. They tried to cheese the Evelyn, right, anticipating that he will be walking up into the wave. And, you know, disaster. That was a real disaster. Yeah. Holy shit. He missed his knockup, did nothing, and then he just went back to lane here. Huge loss for Next Play, right? The Vi is just going to be so far behind. Just started his blue buff. I mean, just finished actually. But Mundo just going to be, you know, halfway through his Raptor camp. And overall, it's just going to be really, really unfortunate for Vi. The Evelyn doesn't even lose anything as well. So, early on, you know, you can see the gold lead already, right? Around 700 gold lead for Team Secret in the first, like, 1 minute of the game.
Yeah, that's right. Really not a good start at all for Next Play Esports. Trying to do something funny, but it just doesn't seem to be working out for them right now. Vi, in fact, having to make a recall right now. Does purchase that's rated by Mundo. Yeah,
he recalled after 2 camps.
Yeah, it's not going very well for him right now. Mundo is gonna be able to take away that Scuttle Crab there pretty easily. Vi In fact, looking to maybe make an early gank on mid lane or just go by because she needs the farm. I don't know.
Well, she's
Kinda
moving
weird.
towards the top side, crap. But I think this is just going to be a
Yeah.
poor decision as well. What the Evelyn will have the priority and will be able to contest her there. And you know the Mundo is level 4, so it will be a contest. Oh, he queues over, forced to flash out. That's really unfortunate for the Vi. Misses out on both Scuttle Crabs. Has only cleared 2 camps 2 minutes into the game. Is so far behind.
Yeah, again, this kind of reminds me of game 1 where the Mundo just ran rampant around the jungle. I think it was a Lee Sin on the other side, and it was a Next Play Esports, the one with the Mundo. But in this case, right now, they are the ones Next Play who are just getting honestly. It is really
getting
their
kind
own
of
fault.
destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah, it is really their own fault though, because they are the ones who
Oh.
tried to do something in the top lane. And speaking of the top lane, this Mundo just gonna be pushing up that lane.
What
idle.
are they
Hoping
looking
can
for
dive.
here?
They might dive, but the Ziggs just ulties to clear that wave. So it looks like things are gonna be okay right now.
That was
for Azar.
slightly awkward. I'm not sure what they were looking for there. I mean, maybe they thought that Evelyn was level 5. They could, maybe one-shot the Fiora.
Yeah, maybe they thought that could happen, but I guess it didn't work out
Oh,
for them for now.
they do sniff out the Vi in the bottom side bush there. He does hit level 5, leeching a little bit of EXP from Uzi there. But, I mean, ahead of time, right, Vi is still that, that pseudo tank champion. Whether or not he's ahead or behind the goat, he is still going to offer the same thing, right? The amount of CC he gives, the amount of damage he gives, she's still going to be able to do pretty much everything that she's meant to do, right? So the gold being not on her doesn't really make much of a difference, right? Rather, we do see the Mundo, right, at currently 2.5k gold. He doesn't do the Gargoyles Rush, which he did last game. Instead, he's moving towards the Sunfire Cape. I don't think he'll be able to get it in time for the Dragon, but regardless, he will still be ahead of the Vi.
Yeah, the Dragon is going to be up in 10 seconds right now. The bot lanes are making the recalls. It is Next Play who managed to recall first, but Mundo is going to secure that Scuttle Crab. Vi in the top side there has just recalled.
Oh,
They're not going to be... Are they going to be doing this Dragon? Yeah, it looks like Mundo has actually started it up. His team is running over, and Vi is in the top side. Yeah, Next Play have just given up on this Dragon and said they're going to be focusing on the top lane.
right. So, interestingly enough, we did see Azar rotate down for the Dragon, but
Yeah, that Seraphine ulti there to try to dissuade them, but it's just not going to be enough because there are 3 champions. And in fact, this Evelyn using the flash while the Vi has that ulti on, forced to use her own ultimate as well just to get out of that one. That was a little awkward.
I mean, I don't think he needed to out there, right? I don't feel like he would have died.
Yeah.
In fact, they might have been able to punish him in that situation, but overall, it's just going to be Dragon for tower. I mean, Dragon and tower for tower trade. So Team Secret able to +1 in the trade here against Next Play Esports.
Yeah, the Vi actually went down there recently. I don't know exactly know how, but there's a fight happening right now. The Fiora trying to go in, but she's just not tanky enough. Takes a whole bunch of damage, flashes away while Kaisa going in for the chase, and Kaisa will be able to pick up that kill, but now is in the middle of everyone and will fall off. AoE damage coming out, however, from Team Secret. The health bars on Next Play are so low, but there's not enough damage on Team Secret to close out those kills.
I mean, overall, just pretty awkward from Team Secret because, they took the tower, they took the Dragon. They should have been contented with that, right? They didn't factor in that Next Play Esports, they had the better recall timing because they were the ones that took the first tower, right? They were in base first, they were getting out of base first, and Team Secret overstayed, and they were just punished for biting off more than they can chew. So now both teams going to be setting up for this Rift Herald here. Interestingly enough, Azar is in the top lane, right? We don't see any of the carries matching the Fiora in the bot lane, so it's just going to be a 5-man on this Rift Herald, but Azar is recalling slightly late. Not sure if he'll be able to reach in time, so... Oh,
Yeah, they're gonna be able to secure the Scuttle Crab once again. Team Secret are always the first ones in the at the objective. The Mundo is gonna start up that Rift Herald, but the rest of Next Play has arrived as well. They have a pretty decent team fight, but they're gonna be able to push Next Play out. The Rift Herald is secured. Trevor is gonna pick that one up, and Next Play are just gonna walk away as well.
now, interestingly enough, right, we do see the Fiora move into the river. I think he was trying to probably maybe rotate into a possible fight, but we do see how this Evelyn pick really does sort of counter the Fiora, right? Because the Fiora isn't able to solve this problem with the Evelyn, right? He isn't able to push into the Evelyn has that wave clear that prevents him from easily, shutting down those towers, right? So I think it's going to be really hard for the Fiora to be able to get into a position where he can easily pressure the side lanes and, put himself in a position where he can carry the game, right? Because as long as the Evelyn doesn't run it down, as long as he's just there to clear the waves, he will be able to punish the Fiora 1v1. He's also there to stop his split push.
Yeah, man, that's a trend that we've been seeing the entire series, that Fioras have just never been able to push at all. In fact, never really able to split push without being a huge detriment to their team. We did see in game 2 once bit of action happening in the mid lane. The Vi coming in, but the Zhonya's there. Pretty nice stuff. However, the Kai'Sa just getting knocked in. Enough damage to kill the Vi, though, as she flashes away. Now it's next play esports.
Wait a second.
With no health bars. And Kai'Sa with the killer instincts going back in. Okay, that's pretty interesting stuff right there. But still, Team Secret are the ones who are going to win that fight.
That was pretty questionable stuff from Chewy there. I mean, he got himself out of that situation only to fly back in. Slightly awkward position for him there.
Oh boy. Yeah, people from Team Secret are pretty low. Oh wow, nice dodge there from Azar, but the Mundo has returned. He's going to be throwing those cleavers left and right to try to take these members down. It's going to be Alistar who's the first one to fall, and Ziggs with his health. It's just so low right now. Fiora arriving as well on the scene, able to find one kill back. The Cloud Dragon has spawned, and Next Play Esports are the ones right now with the higher health bars, and they're moving down to do it.
I mean, that was really, I wouldn't say that's like Fiesta, but that was really messy because there was a lot of back and forth, and even after the main team fight had finished, there was still even more back and forth with Next Play Esports just chasing forward. But I think overall, Team Secret still will be contented, right? They do come out slightly ahead, although it was really unfortunate that their ADC died in that position. But Arisen.
Yeah, he's gonna be alright. He's got his Vi as well, just to help him out. But Next Play Esports in the mid lane looks like they might be in a spot of trouble. They managed to take down that turret. Seraphine ultimate, however, will miss, and that is critical. The Alistar is in the middle of everyone as well. The Braum able to land and knock up onto the Ziggs, and the Ziggs is gonna be going down now. The Kai'Sa is able to free hit on that. Alistar takes him out as well. Rift Herald has been summoned in the mid lane. Team Secret are gonna strike back.
Now, I think Team Secret there, they easily punish Next Play Esports, right? And I mean, the reason for that is just purely because, Next Play, they decided to go for the play with the Fiora, with the Vi and the Fiora in the side lane, but they just went too far forward, right? The Misfortune and the Ziggs were too far forward into the mid lane, and the Braum and Seraphine were easily able to apply their CC chain. I mean, even though the Sera ultimate did miss, it didn't really matter, right? Because they were so out of position that even though they didn't have a lot of hard CC, they were just able to fly into the back line and kill the Ziggs, as well as the Misfortune there. So, I mean, it's just, I would say it's a nice play from Team Secret to punish them, but overall just a misstep from Next Play, and the game just got a lot harder for them. So,
yep, that's right. They are now about 2,000 gold down. Baron has spawned. Seraphine is hanging around there as the rest of Team Secret are starting to move in the top side. Over on the side of Next Play, the gold right now is mainly on their Ziggs. He's the one with the gold advantage in the mid lane with the Rabadon as well as the Ludens. Has the Zhonya's boots for himself as well. So
now, we did see how the Evelyn pick really is more than just a 1v1 holder, right? Because he was able to cancel out the Vi ultimate, and even just easily, right? He just easily just wave clear.
Oh yeah, he might be in trouble right now because the Fiora has jumped on him, uses the Aghady's Embrace to get under his turret. But really, what can you do? Is it gonna be enough? Fiora actually tanking up 2 tower shots. That might be a critical mistake, but it looks like there is actually something happening in the top side as well right now, because Next Play are trying to fight for this Baron. They don't have 2 of their members though, and that means that they are gonna be losing out on this one. Whoa, Fiora has actually managed to find that kill onto the Ethan. Or maybe not. What's going on there in the bot lane? This is really awkward.
Wait, he lives.
Yeah, exactly. But it's gonna be enough right now for Team Secret. for now, because they have started up the Baron and the Alistar is not able to find any damage. The Ziggs, however, is throwing those bombs out, but just walking a little too far forward is gonna end up falling as well. And Team Secret, their health bars are really low, but they're gonna be able to take the Baron Nashor.
I mean, from that position, right, the Evelyn, like, Azar there, he played it so well because he stalled so much time from the Vi, right, which was crucial because their team was able to start the Baron Nashor and lure Uzi as well as Truly into the pit or into the river and be able to catch them off because, you know, their team, they specialize in a lot of, you know, hard engage, right, with the Alistar as well as the Vi, and they don't really have a lot of disengage. So when they are hit with the Seraphine ultimate, with the Braum ultimate, I think that's where the position that they were at, where they had to walk into both of those into the river. And overall, I think it was just questionable macro there from the side of Next Play because, you know, Vi, when the Baron's up, he shouldn't be in the Fiora lane, right? Especially when you know that you don't have very high kill pressure onto the Evelyn. That was just really questionable. So moving on to this dragon here, obviously gonna be favored for Team Secret here. Will they decide to ignore it and prioritize the Baron time, or will they just go to the Mountain Dragon? We do see a 1-2-2 here being played out, playing on all three lanes.
Yep, they're gonna be ignoring that one, the dragon, I mean, and they're gonna be pushing down this bot lane turret. They do have a pretty decent siege right now. They've got 3 cannons for themselves. The Alistar just hanging in the bush, trying to do something, but not able to do so. A lot of poke damage comes out from the Seraphine, and now 5-member strong Team Secret are starting to push down that mid lane. The turret is there, there are minions as well, but the Misfortune ultimate is going to clear it out. But then Seraphine just catches out the Ziggs, and just like that, it's a whole bunch of wave clear gone. The Alistar is in the middle of everyone, but Next Play just don't have enough damage to find any return kills right now. Team Secret, their Mundo is pretty low, but they got what they wanted. They got a kill, they got that inhibitor turret, and they're moving back to the bot lane once again.
I mean, we still do see, right, the effects of, you know, not having any proper disengage or any ways to, you know, propel
Yeah, there's a fight happening once again right now. Next Play are not going to be letting Team Secret get this one so easily, but after some tussling, they are not actually able to find any damage. The Seraphine with the shielding and healing able to keep the Evelyn alive, and Next Play they lose another turret.
I mean, that was just really, really unfortunate there. I think if they were able to kill the Evelyn, there would have been a lot of shutdown gold going onto the side of Next Play. But at this point, right, almost a 10,000 gold lead here. Just going to be so hard for them to come back, right? Team Secret just easily going to be able to go onto the map, play for that top tier 2 and top tier 3 tower, right? Just missing 2 inhibitors is, you know, just huge in this game because it permanently disappears. And the fact is that they don't have any way to resist the Seraphine ultimate. And, you know, we did see the sort of interaction with the Braum shield and the Misfortune ultimate there. So it's just really hard for Next Play to do anything because right now it's just the Ziggs against the world. Right, he's the only one with the damage on the team.
Yeah, and that is a problem for how often he gets caught out. The Baron is spawning in 20 seconds right now, and Team Secret have postured themselves in the top side jungle of Next Play Esports, sending the Seraphine as well to the top lane to just push that one out. They're going to be going 3 in the top and 2 in the mid just to keep the waves in. Evelyn is trying to find some damage. That's ridiculous, right? That Ziggs nearly falls, but Evelyn does get caught up by the Assault and Battery. Now Kai'Sa is the one who's alone, but he uses the Supercharge just to be able to get out of this one alive. Now the Baron has spawned. Team Secret are starting to move towards that one. Fiora is split pushing in the bottom lane currently, but it looks like Team Secret are just going to be able to take this Baron without any contest whatsoever.
I mean, the Fiora can split push all he wants, but, you know, Team Secret are obviously, they're happy to trade even like a tier 2 tower for the Baron Nashor here. And, you know, it's just so much harder for the Fiora to split push against the likes of the Siege, I mean, not just Siege minions, right? The, what do you call it? The super minions. So with the Baron Nashor, it should just be game if Team Secret just plays it out normally, and if Next Play Esports doesn't have like a miracle team fight. I think the only way Next Play can really get back into the game, they will really need, you know, 5-man Alistar knockup, 5-man Ziggs ulti, and 5-man Misfortune ulti. I think that's the only way that they will be able to get back into the game, and that's barring the Braum not shielding the what was that, Seraphine ultimate?
That was an attempt. It was an interesting attempt to catch some people out, but Team Secret, they're just gonna be able to get this turret as the fight begins. The Kai'Sa is caught out they're just forced to flash away, but Misfortune has already gone down to the Mundo. Kai'Sa finally is taken out by the Fiora, but there are minions pushing in, and for some reason, according to the observers, that is more interesting than the fight that's happening. But okay, we are back. It's actually the Alistar that falls right now, and the Ziggs is gonna ultimately meet his doom. They stand there, and they're gonna be able a little bit fun to take him out. Vi is the sole survivor right now, but for how long? That is the question. Azar is this Evelyn. Can't even see it coming. Flashes in. That's gonna be a
Oh,
lot of
he's
damage
dead.
on the Vi. Gonna
Oh
get taken
my.
out by the minions and the Liandry's as well. And that means that Team Secret have found the ace. And with those minions in the base, they have taken the series against Next Play Esports 2-1.
But I mean, honestly, I would say this game was mostly a draft gap, right? Because we did see that although Next Play Esports, they sort of adapted their best of three from playing the more kite back centric style into something with decent engage and a split pusher. But you know, Team Secret, they came prepared with the pick into the Fiora, which was the Evelyn, you know, countering the Vi ultimate as well as the strong 1v1 potential, which sort of neutralized the Fiora and you know was still able to be relevant throughout the game. So Next Play, whilst they had a lot of questionable plays, I think their mid to late game was what made the downfall of them, with the Vi spending way too much time on the Fiora side, you know, and it just ended up, you know, costing them a lot of objectives.
Yeah, it really just, unfortunately, this Fiora pick never worked out at all. Can just look at some of those number differences right there between the Fiora and the Evelyn, for
I mean,
example.
5,000 damage Vi.
Yeah, and the 5,000 damage Vi as well. That is that's quite sad on the side of Next Play Esports. What they have right there, some of the numbers. I mean, Ziggs with a very respectable 30,000, but in reality, he just can't do anything against everyone just jumping on him. Is not enough to get him out of those situations. Doesn't matter if you have a long range, if everyone can just jump on your face regardless, right?
Right. And I mean we can talk about his damage, but oh wait, let's go back. Okay, but I mean if we look at the itemization, right, from the side of Team Secret, right, both the Mundo and the Brom have Warmogs. So his poke really doesn't stick to them because he's, you know, he's happy. They are just both happy to absorb everything and then just go back like maybe 10 seconds later full HP. So
Yeah.
the Ziggs there, as much as he's doing, he isn't able to like sort of 1v9 just purely because, you know, good itemization from Team Secret, as well as, you know, not having enough help or resistance on the side of Next Play.
Mhm.
Okay, wait, is there any more?
Yep.
I think no, this is
That-
the end. This is the end. Okay,
Yep, that's that.
so we will look at I don't know. This is day one here. This is day 2. Yes.
Yep. What do you think of that series? I mean, in terms of casting,
I think it was
just for
okay.
yourself.
I think it was okay. Like I don't really feel like it's anything special. I feel like it's just normal, some normal Wild Rift, normal casting.
Yeah, I guess something is else is you could try to vary your energy level more. 'Cause,
Right.
like from start to finish of game 1 to game 3, you basically sound like the same.
I sound the same. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
I
really
mean, it's hard. It's hard to get excited, you know, because
Of course.
it's not like a live thing. If it's live, then maybe it's different. And plus,
I
plus
guess-
I know the outcome of the games. That's why.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, I guess you can just try. Cause I mean that's
Oh wait, it's not.
that's pretty
This is not interesting. Wait, we should watch the this one. Fuck.
sure.
This is the rematch, I think. Next Play versus Team
Okay.
Secret.
Let's do that. Let's do that series.
I have no idea who is Galaxy Racer, but I heard that they are like a well-known brand in the Philippines.
I see.
Action PH, I think it's this one? Yeah, truly. Okay. Okay, hold on.
All right, cool stuff. This is a rematch of what we saw just now.
Will you review Taiwan Icon Series games also? Actually we can. If you want to do, I mean we can do it after this, I guess. Targon Champions can be used, they can, but I mean nobody plays them. I mean Targon Champions, I assume you are referring to Diana, Leona, and Pantheon. What is up, Naf? Hello. Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, we are in the draft right now. Camille is the first thing to be picked
Wait,
up.
you can see the thing?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay. That's pretty weird, but okay.
But it's fine. Camille, yeah, first one to be picked up. But Akali actually on the side of Next Play Sports. That's something that we haven't seen. We didn't see them play in their previous series, and actually
okay.
it's Next Play who yeah
Yeah, okay, I'm back.
and it's Next Play who are the ones who pick up the Kai'Sa this time.
Now,
as compared to Team Secret.
I think the reason why Akali wasn't played was that it was banned, if I'm not mistaken, throughout the whole series. Yeah, and interestingly enough, we do see Kai'Sa being picked here by Next Play instead of the bread and butter Braum Kai'Sa from Team Secret. No.
Team Secret actually banned out Braum for themselves. Instead.
What did they ban? They banned
banned
Galio Vi
Yeah.
and Alistar Braum here. So
Braum.
double support bans from the side of Team Secret here. Pretty interesting since, I'm not sure what the point is of double support ban. My assumption is that this Seraphine here could be a flex pick into support. Seraphine is one of those supports that is countered by Braum, despite being a ranged support. And she's also very vulnerable to, the engage of Alistar. So, yeah, I mean, as expected, Seraphine does go into the support pick here. And she's also good into one of the better ranged supports in the sort of wave clear department. So she does do well into Janna in that sort of sense. So here, Ziggs Corki going to be the final rotation from the side of Team Secrets. What do you think about this overall composition?
I mean, it's definitely very more different, especially in the bot lane for what Team Secret has had the past 3 games that we saw. The bot lane, Corki and Seraphine, I think they've got a lot more long range instead of the diving that they used to do.
Right.
They've got the only the Camille and Lee Sin really to jump in. On the other hand, they've got the Corki and the Seraphine and the Ziggs to do more poking on. I mean, Next Play it's more similar to what we've seen from them, especially in Game 1 and Game 2. Maybe other than the Akali, but I think the bigger difference here is that Team Secret themselves are the ones who banned out the Braum and then ended up picking up that changing up their strategy entirely and picking up the Seraphine as well as the Corki.
I mean, I think it's pretty weird, like, considering that they last picked the Olaf in this situation, right? Because if we look at the side of Team Secret, right, their composition, long range, disengage, enchanted support with a sort of pseudo split pusher with the Camille. And I think Olaf in that situation, with no engager, mind you, because they don't have any form of primary engage, right? There is no Malphite, there's no Vi, and he's just going to be the one person literally just running into the enemy team. It's going to be really hard for him to reach the backline of Team Secret. I feel that Next Play, they do have a lot of synergies in controlling certain areas with Orianna and Kai'Sa, but I think when it comes to team fighting, it's going to be really hard for them to play against Team Secret's composition. It will be mostly on the side of Akali to, really wreak havoc and do a lot of the job for, just carrying his team against the side of the Ziggs and the Corki.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like they don't really have a lot of peel back in case the Camille and Lee Sin are able to go in on their backline. Or Next Play might be pretty disastrous. So I guess it really depends, like you say, on whether the Akali is going to be able to jump in and take out a critical carry on the side of Team Secret.
Right.
As we head onto the Rift right now for Game 1 of this rematch.
So interestingly enough, we do see the level 1 here. The bot lane, Hames and Shui going to be in the mid here. So this is like more of what's recently been popping up, right? A lot of these sort of 1-3-1 or 1-2-1 in this case, where teams send their duo lane into the mid lane here to get an early push, get the priority in both of in the mid lane, and get a little bit of vision or whatnot. Again, looking at the compositions, I would say that Next Play Esports, they do have a stronger lineup when it comes to the early to mid game, right? Olaf is sort of the premier early game champion, being able to beat any other champion, right? Especially in the jungle, and Janna as well as Kai'Sa, Akali, once they hit those 1-2 item spikes, they will be significantly stronger than their counterparts. So
yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but Seraphine Did not purchase any items.
Yeah, he did not buy any items.
That's pretty weird.
Maybe he's saving the gold to
Yes.
surprise the enemy team, you know.
Yes, I think the enemy team is gonna be surprised when they realize that the Seraphine actually has nothing.
No items,
but-
yes.
Yeah, but for now it looks like the Corki is the ones who's staying in the mid lane, and Seraphine has moved down to aid the Ziggs in the bot lane. Jenna and Seraphine are kind of
Yeah, mirroring
Posturing, but
each
look-
other.
yeah. It looks like Seraphine is actually rotating between both lanes. Whichever lane is pushed in, she moves to. And there's actually gonna be a tussle over the Skull Crab right now. Olaf is the one who secures it. That means that Lee Sin has to run away. He's able to do so. But next play, secure that Skull Crab.
Now, I mean, we do see this sort of path come out from Juji, right? In the previous best of 3 as well, where, if I'm not mistaken, he started blue, right? So he does blue into 2 topside camps into the crab and goes to the bottom side crab. So in this case, he's really far ahead, right? He's able to secure both of the
Yep.
scuttle crabs and, you know, being able to clear way more efficiently than the Lee Sin in this position. So overall, I think just going to be a huge lead for the Olaf, but whether or not he's going to be able to convert that into something meaningful later on in the game is still questionable, right? Like we talked about their team composition. Olaf is going to be the sole person going in. I mean, of course they have the Akali, but whether or not, you know, they will have enough damage to kill like 2 carries, and on top of that a Seraphine and a Lee Sin, will be a different thing.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. Over on the side of Team Secret, the Lee Sin has made a recall and is now in his bot side jungle once again. This looks like everyone's gonna be starting to reset for their items because the dragon is around. And oh wait, no, apologies, it is not around, not yet at the very least, but
I mean, it's
everyone's
soon.
like,
It's in like
yeah.
50 seconds. Yeah.
Interestingly, the Camille has a very big level lead
Holy
right now,
shit, it's
nearly
two
level
levels.
6 compared to the Akali, who is just level 4. That's I'm not exactly too sure how that happened.
It's kind of tragic.
Yeah,
I was about to say, I think there was a pretty big gold lead on the Olaf, but I was wondering why the gold lead was still swung in Team Secret's favor. But I mean, at least now we know, right? I think the the Akali probably took a few bad trades, and then his wave was probably frozen by the Camille, and you know it just ended up him being like in this position, right, where he couldn't give up for CS, you know, just slowly bleeding out EXP and gold.
yep. And speaking of bleeding out right now, the Lee Sin has arrived a flash there to get out of the range of the Camille ultimate.
Ooh, that was pretty close there. I think Camille out there would have definitely,
Yeah.
you know, just caused him his death, right? Lee Sin
That's right.
being sort of a pseudo counter to Akali, being able to see him through the shroud. Well, next play just going to be able to pick up the free dragon there, as Team Secret they show.
Yeah, but a dive happening right now. The Orianna was able to rotate up, but it's not gonna be enough. The Akali does get taken out by the Seraphine. That's gonna be Team Secret. They're gonna trade their top side for the dragon.
I mean, to be fair, next play does come out slightly ahead here because, you know, Team Secret, they weren't able to take the top tier 1, right? And
Oh, boy.
instead, next play are the ones to take the top tier 1.
Yeah, but it's actually Team Secret that take out the mid tier 1 right now. Oh boy, this Orianna is very spicy, but she's gonna be going down.
Oh!
Okay, never
Oh.
mind. I tell a lie or not. The Camille is gonna be able to land the damage and finally find the kill onto the Orianna. But Team Secret were able to take out the mid lane turret.
I think that was a pretty good rotation there from Team Secret because they realized that Orianna being under the top tier 1 made it sort of difficult for them to take the tower itself without having to redive, and you know, rediving is just risky considering that the Camille was spawning again. So they decided to move over to mid lane, utilize the Ziggs second skill, right, the Satchel Charge, to be able to take the mid tower more efficiently. So good rotation overall. They end up being slightly behind on the trade, right? The Dragon does go over to Next Play Esports, but still they are able to get a gold and a more valuable tower, right? The mid lane tower, probably the most valuable tower out of all the tier 1 towers.
Yeah, that's right. They're able to open up the map. The next player are trying to find Team Secret right now. They do walk into the jungle. They have 4 members, but they're not able to catch anyone out. They are
Ooh.
buying a lot of time though and dealing
To
a
stop
lot of
the
damage.
recalls.
Seraphine there. Yeah. his recall did get stopped. That's going to be the Rift Herald that spawns, and next player are going to be the first ones on it because of what they did just now.
I mean, the Orianna here, Orianna ball is just going to be a huge zoning tool because they are in the... Oh, holy shit.
Oh my goodness, that is a lot of damage right there from that Ziggs. But the Olaf ultimately is able to secure that Rift Herald. Team Secret do send their Lee Sin and their Corki down to the bot side. As next play makes some recalls there. Ziggs is going to walk in and stop them, however, and he's going to pick up that kill on the Janna right there. Able to find something back for his team.
He had heal and flash. I think he just didn't expect. Like, I thought, I guess he thought that he would recall in time. But that was just overall, like, really, really, really awkward.
Yeah, that was pretty awkward. But Kai'Sa with the kill instincts onto the Camille. Not able to find enough damage with the Void Knight either. But it is going to be Orianna. Wow, that Ludens actually allows Ziggs to do so much damage. But Orianna is going to be able to take him down. Camille, however, has to who mistimes the ultimate. Janna actually flashing back in with the shield and is able to take out that Camille. Now it's going to be Seraphine who is in trouble. A lot of weird timing there. Janna using the Monsoon as well. But here comes that Olaf. He's just going to pop that Ragnarok and summon the Thunder onto that Seraphine and take her out.
A lot of misplays there individually from both sides. I think the fact that the Kai'Sa was in that position itself was pretty questionable. I think this is 480p. I can't watch this. My eyes are bleeding. But then again, the Seraphine there, Hermes making a crucial mistake, missing the timing on that Zhonya's Hourglass and ends up costing, just everybody's lives there. I think even if they were going to die, they could have at least traded back onto the Kai'Sa. So overall, Next Play Esports, they should be grateful for that because they came up even, or I think even slightly ahead if I'm not mistaken, from the exchange. So now both teams just going to be setting up for the Ocean Dragon here. Okay, they get the mid priority. The Akali is going to be moving down first.
Yeah, but they do summon that Rift Herald as well. The Ocean Dragon has spawned. And the Rift Herald, I don't think it's going to be able to get a charge, but it does buy some time for them. They're going to take that Ocean Dragon down. It's dropped down to about 1,000 health. Ziggs is going to throw a bomb in, but a very nice fight from the Olaf to secure the Ocean Dragon. However, he does get caught out by the Hextech Ultimatum right there, but he has to support.
Holy shit!
However, they're fighting in the jungle right now, and that's going to be a massive Ziggs ultimate. The Monsoon is going to be able to keep them healthy for now. Akali not able to find a way into the backline. Team Secret, they push Next Play Esports out, but Next Play Esports, they find themselves the dragon.
Oh, this Camille Ziggs combo here making... Oh, is anything going to happen? Looks like...
I think Camille's going to be alright. He's going to Hawkshot out.
Yeah.
Hawkshot, I mean.
This Ziggs here is just turning up big, right, for the side of Team Secret. To be fair, I think he's the one that's sort of solo carrying this game. Him and the Camille as well. Right, the Lee Sin, Corki, and the Seraphine hasn't been able to impact the map that much, but the Camille Ziggs combo here just being so much of a threat against the side of Next Play. There isn't a way, like we talked about earlier, for them to reliably get onto the Ziggs or the Corki without, exposing themselves. So if the Akali and the Olaf aren't able to reach the Ziggs in that position, then, the Ziggs is just going to be, free hitting, free throwing spells. And like we just saw the damage from just one ultimate, right? It's just, that's unholy, man. It's kind of illegal that, he's so far ahead. Wait, actually, he's behind in gold, right? He's almost 1,000 gold down.
Yeah, but he has the damage regardless, and he's able to land his spells. I think that's the thing. There's a little bit of a fight happening right now. It's going to be Azar that's dropped down, tries to use the Hextech Ultimatum just to buy some time for himself. The kill does go over to the Janna. Lee Sin is able to make it out of this one.
Baron does spawn, so it is a 5v4 at the moment, but a lot of key ultimates were burned for that kill, right? Olaf with his Ragnarok as well as the Akali ultimate. So I don't think they will be able to start this out. Maybe just get a little bit of vision and, stall a little bit more time for Kai'Sa to get a little bit more of the items. But of course, we have to bear in mind that Team Secret does have the better scaling composition. So if Next Play want to get into a good position, they will have to sort of pressure the Baron and maybe even take a flip around this objective. Going for the tier 1 here is Next Play Esports.
Yeah, the Ziggs ultimate is not going to be enough to clear the minions. They definitely want to go for this tier 1 to just open up the map a little more, especially now that the Baron is up top side of the map. They just want to have that space They are gonna all recall, however, and buy up first. Again, to look at the goal, it's very slight lead for Next Play Esports, mainly in the hands right now of the Olaf, actually, who has about 1,000 over that Lee Sin. It's the lead that he had just now.
Now if
And-
we wait a second, wait. Look at the Olaf items.
Oh,
I mean,
interesting.
yeah, if we look at the Olaf items, a little bit of a flea market going on there.
Yeah, very interesting stuff.
Kind of, a lot of components going on around, not really completing any. Oh,
Yeah, but that really doesn't matter too much. He's just gonna be ulting straight in there. He's super quick with the movement speed, and he just is able to run it down and hit that Seraphine, take her out. Now Lee Sin has turned golden. However, he does not able to flash away from that Lee Sin. I mean, from that Kai'Sa missiles, and now Kali is able to find her way into the back line, able to take out one person from the side of Team Secret, and that means the Next Play Esports are gonna be able to find 3 members, and they have begun that Baron.
I mean, like we talked about earlier, whether Olaf was able to get into the back line, and he was, right. Immediately he ran straight into the back line of Team Secret. There wasn't anybody there to sort of peel for him. I mean, for side of Team Secret, and instead Olaf with his Pasar Malam items able to just run down the enemy team somehow, and the Akali and the Olaf basically just 2v5 that fight, like, without doubt. The Kai'Sa, I mean, I guess he can get the bronze medal there, but for sure, Team Secret a little bit overconfident with their positioning. They're not respecting the Olaf with his gold lead as well as the Akali, and mispositioning, giving up the Baron as well as the Mountain Dragon here. Lots of gold going into the pockets of Next Play as well as EXP, right? The Baron EXP and the Dragon EXP here. So huge gold swing and tempo advantage in the side of Next Play Esports.
Yeah, that's right. They now have about 4,000 gold lead and the Baron buff as well to do something. Corki does have the package available for now if there is to be a fight, although I don't think that Team Secret will really want that right now in the current state of the game. Just want to be wave clearing as much as possible. And to be fair, they have a lot of wave clear. They have the Ziggs, they have the Corki. You're going to be able to stave off anything unless they get caught out.
Right. So, interestingly enough, we do see Next Play. They do play on the all 3 lanes, right? Spreading, making most efficient use of their Baron buff. But the most important thing here is that I don't think that they'll be able to take a tier 3 tower. A little bit of a fight going on in the bot lane.
Yeah,
here.
that's right. I believe Akali did get kicked, but she's going straight back in right now. Ziggs has fallen. That Seraphine ultimate will land, but a very nice shield from Janna keep her alive now. Lee Sin is going to fall as well. That's going to be 2 members down, and I think now they might be able to take a tier 3 turret, considering that they found these 2 picks. In fact, they might be able to find more than that because they're just able to shred through this one right now. The wave clear from that Corki and Seraphine is not enough. And this jungler right now in the top side, he's able to find a solo killer. He lives with a sliver of health there, keeping himself alive. This Olaf, super lucky maybe, but he's able to find the turret in the top side.
I mean, that was just the worst case scenario for Team Secret, right? I think all go for risky play and it just completely backfired there. The Camille even trying to go for the 1v1 with the Olaf. Now losing 2 tier 3 towers. Oh my god, my screen is lagging, but it doesn't matter. Team Secret, they just outright lose the most that they could have lost, basically. I think they just went for a flip there and the flip just became disastrous, right? So, little bit of a throw. I think this is the point where they sort of could start thinking like, okay, maybe we should start thinking about the next game, because I feel like, again, although their team composition outscales, they are down by 10k, right? If they want to really make it back into this game, they probably have to steal this Elder Dragon, have to steal the next Baron Nashor, and then they will be in a decent position.
Yeah, but those are things that are pretty hard to pull off, considering the current state of the game. Then you keep trying, but this Olaf right now, look at him. He's just able to pop that Rexitor and pop that Ragnarok and just run straight in. That Ziggs all that damage there. He's forced to use Zhonya's, but this Olaf is absolutely running wild right now, just in the middle of everyone with so much damage, and he's so tanky as well. The Akali trying to find that Ziggs, actually unable to do so, but the Camille is going to be the one who will drop. Kai'Sa with the killer instincts takes that Ziggs out, and I have to think that means that Next Play Esports are going to take game 1 of the series.
I mean, that was just like League of Stopwatches, but it didn't really matter because all of them, right? I mean, on the side of Team Secret, all of them had stopwatches, and Olaf was just not taking any damage at all, right? He was just constantly full HP, and Akali just distraction in the backline. Overall, I think it was just good play from Next Play, right? They were able to capitalize on the fact that they had the stronger early game champions, right? Getting all the dragons, getting the most objectives, and you know, I think Team Secret, they sort of just blundered, right? They played too aggressive into the side of Next Play, and you know, didn't rely on their scaling, and instead they just team fight too much, and Olaf just ran them down.
Yeah, I think they didn't pick the right comp for that kind of play style that they had right there. The previous one, when they had the Vi and everything, they were able to constantly dive the backline, and they were able to pull it off. But in this case, they had 3 people who were just basically kind of just backline damage dealers who are just trying to who don't want to go in, but they just keep going in. And yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. Of course, Next Play did ban out the Vi as well as the Galio to just kind of stop that one. But we have to see what happens in game 2, whether Next Play are going to continue winning and they're going to take this series 2, or if Team Secret will come back.
Okay, hold on.
Let's go to the next one.
Yeah, where is the draft? Okay, here. Okay. Ziggs.
Yeah.
Okay, Ziggs, Orianna, and Galio Vi. Still going to be a first pick Camille here from Team Secret. Just going to be a trend. I think Camille does have some merit, right? She is that sort of, she does split push well, right? She team fights decently as well, and she is sort of a flex pick, right? She can be played jungle as well. So, decent first pick coming out from Team Secret. But this time there isn't the bans of, you know, the Braum and Alistar. We do see Hermes going back onto that Braum pick here.
Yeah, they don't have that Kai'Sa right now inside Team Secret because Next Play took it away. And again, I just want to point out that Next Play once again banned out Galio and Vi, who are 2 of the who are basically the 2 champions that allowed Team Secret to find the wins previously. And Next Play have identified that they just don't want that to be happening again. They do pick up the Janna as well as the Akali. And overall on Team Secret, they actually pick Fiora as well, which signals that Camille is actually going to be the jungler for the first time in this series.
Right. Interestingly enough, the Akali, right, is picked again into the Camille here. But of course, Team Secret, they do pick the Fiora. I mean, Horizon on his Akali the previous game didn't really have a very strong showing. But I mean, considering the type of composition that they are maybe going for, we do see the Gragas as well. It could be a Gragas jungle or Gragas mid. I'm assuming it's a Gragas mid. I mean, yeah, I'm assuming it's a Gragas mid, right? Because a lot of the picks left that are open are just, again, they're just all AP. So they might be a little bit too much AP on the side of Next Play. So they do go for the Lee Sin here. Gragas, Lee Sin, very strong mid-jungle duo for Next Play. It was very high early game damage. Again, they are playing similar playstyle, right? Strong champions, they are very good in the early game, trying to snowball off their leads. And Team Secret, again, similar playstyle with the previous game. Decent champions with good scaling, right? They sort of outranged the enemy team. They even have the Braum Seraphine combination this time around. So, I mean, again, it's up to the side of Team Secret, right? Because if they played the same way as the previous game, right? Too skirmish heavy, and if their jungler falls very far behind as he did, I think, again, it's just going to be really hard for them to play into the side of Next Play Esports, right? Because their champions are all snowball champions that can easily run over them.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I think it's very important that Team Secret look back on their mistakes in the previous game and really figure out a way to not repeat them again. Because I mean, that's how you need to be in a series. You need to be adaptable. You lose one game and then now you're on the back foot. You need to find your way back in. For them, of course, they decide to pick up a very similar comp as you mentioned, but they do need to be able to identify the key mistakes that they made. And they
Hello,
need to be able
Tevio.
to
Thanks for host.
find an alternative way to go about the game.
Okay, I think interesting, something that's worth noting about is that, you know, first in the first game they did do a 1-2-1, right? So Team Secret this time they decide, nah, let's not do that. So we just go with the normal laning phase here. Seraphine into the Gragas, and we did look a little bit at the skirmishing in the top lane. The Akali is able to push the first few wave, and the Gragas does have heavy pressure on the Seraphine here, which is sort of surprising, right? Because Seraphine is arranged into melee champion matchup, but I guess the barrels just hurt too much. So let's look at the pathing from both junglers here.
Yeah, Lee Sin is right now is still in the top side, and he's in fact gonna stay there and gonna wait for his Scarlet Crab. Meanwhile, Camille went to take both of her buffs. Lee Sin is gonna be taking out that Scarlet Crab. You can see that the Jetta of Next Play Esports actually scouted out that Scarlet Crab there and does spot this Camille out. Braum, however, is able to make the rotation because of the priority. Gragas is here as well, but the most important man, Lee Sin, is the one who's not here. There's gonna be a lot of damage. However, the Kai'Sa is able to free hit, and the Camille with that shield able to stay alive. But the auto attack from the Kai'Sa, the final one, Lee Sin finally arriving as well. Gragas is gonna be able to pick up another kill. That's gonna be 2 kills for Next Play Esports, and you have to think that this Ezreal is gonna be falling as well. It's gonna be a double kill for the Gragas. That is first blood, 3 kills for Next Play Esports.
I mean, there's just 2,000 gold lead 2 minutes into the game. I think it was sort of a decent slight, I wouldn't say non-risky, right? But it also safe move from Trevor there, going for the bottom side crab, understanding that the Lee Sin was probably going for the top side one because I think he cleared a ward, right? But the thing is that they obviously underestimated the fact that the Gragas as well as the Kai'Sa Janna are so strong in the early game, right? We talked about it previously. These champions, strong early game champions that are really easy to snowball, and Team Secret, they just bit off more than they can chew because they tried to contest for the crab, and they clearly didn't have enough damage for it. So overall, they did get the crab, but at what cost, right? So
yeah, at what cost? At the cost of 3 of their members' lives. Now Gragas with 2 kills and 1 assist, able to pretty much just get that priority in the mid lane nearly all the time through wave clearing with his barrels.
No, I think this is going to be pretty huge, right? Because if we look at the gold here, I think Gragas and Kai'Sa will be able to hit their item breakpoints right before the dragon spawns. I think maybe if Kai'Sa recalls soon, she'll be able to get her first upgrade on her Q, and then the Gragas should be able to complete his Infinity Orb. So this first dragon looks to be, already won, right, on the side of Next Play.
Yeah, that's the thing about getting a good lead early. It pretty much guarantees that you're gonna be able to have the rest of the early game in your pocket, of course, provided that you don't make a big mistake. But I think right now Next Play are in a very comfortable position. The dragon, it has spawned, and the Lee Sin as well as the Gragas are gonna be probably moving down towards that one. The recalls coming out from the bot lane of Team Secret were not spotted out, but it still means the Next Play are gonna be the first ones to that dragon.
Right, I mean, we do see Trevor here. He does move up to the top lane, obviously giving up the dragon because they do recognize that they are behind, and there's going to be a very low chance for them to be able to contest the Kai'Sa being as strong as he is right now. So Gragas here truly moving up to defend the Horizon on this tower, but it looks like nothing is going to be brought out of this sort of exchange, right? Not even being able to take a single turret plating because Akali being so safe, being able to just
Yeah, Akali right now jumping in, but the Gragas has arrived. This Fiora with no mana either. He's gonna flash it, but the explosive cast coming down. Gragas is now on a killing spree, and it looks like Camille has found herself on the wrong side of the map. Lee Sin with the Guardian Angel is gonna be just fine. The Sonic Wave will tag, and that means that Gragas will be able to use the barrel and is now on a rampage.
I mean, I think that was just a really smart rotation from Next Play. They understand that we are so ahead at this point in time. The Lee Sin even has the GA. He's just playing as if he owns the place. Just going under the tower, doesn't mind falling there because he knows he's just going to get it traded back, right? Gets both of those kills there, punishing them for overstaying their welcome. And overall, Next Play Esports just going up 4,000 gold here, 5 minutes into the game. Just so much different from the best of 3 that they played previously.
Yeah. That's right. This is very decisive stuff right now from Next Play Esports. Really different from even the previous game, in fact, where things looked pretty even until Team Secret started making many mistakes. This is just Next Play Esports being proactive and just showing the reason why they deserve to win this series right now.
Yeah, I think what made a lot of difference as well was the sort of drafts that they came prepared with. Right, in the first best of 3, they looked more sort of reactive, right? Especially with the drafts that they had, they were going for a lot more scaling and late game potential. And here they're just banking on the fact that we are the better players, we have the stronger champions in the early game, we should be able to make the better plays. And overall, it just shows in the first game and in the second game as well. They are able to punish the overstepping of Team Secret. Oh,
Ooh, Gragas gets caught out right there.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, that's just not enough right now. The re-engage from Next Play there. Akali dashing in and dashing out. No, not enough damage for anyone to fall right now. But Team Secret, they're able to push Next Play off their Rift Herald for now.
I think there was a five-man Lee Sin kick there as a disengage.
That was pretty good stuff. They are not done though. Rift Herald has been started up once again, dropping to about 4,000 health. Next Play have returned. The Akali Shuriken has landed onto the Braum and she takes it to go straight in and actually the Rift Herald was stolen technically by Next Play. They are the ones who pick it up. Fiora is going to be the first one to fall. Camille is the second one to fall. And at this point, it's pretty safe to say that this is a stomp.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just flashing.
Aggressive gameplay from the Janna here.
Absolutely right. The Rift Herald is going to collide with the mid tower and take it down. Next Play Esports again with another decisive team fight win.
I think overall, right, Team Secret, they don't understand what their team composition is supposed to do or how it's supposed to function, right? They should have known, right, the Herald first of all, there was no reason for them to fight it, right? Because they were so far behind in gold. I think even if you didn't know how much gold you were down, you should be able to tell, right? I think they were like 0.04 or something and down like 2 towers, how much gold they were down, as well as considering the champions that they have, right? Fiora isn't a strong team fighting champion. The fact that you're 5-man grouping on an objective when you know you are down in gold, it just shows that they were really unprepared for the type of composition that they are playing. And Next Play, they just are decisive, aggressive, and they understand what they're supposed to do, and they punish Team Secret in a bad position.
And that's right, time and time again, they're able to find the punish. And that's the story of this game right now. This is a different Next Play that we're seeing compared to the rest of the series. The Ocean Dragon has spawned once again, and once again, Team Secret are not in a position to really contest this one. The Camille has recalled, and that means that they're just going to be conceding yet another objective to Next Play.
I mean, they can be sort of grateful, right? Because it's only just an Ocean Dragon, so they do have more time for sort of scaling, right? To maybe pick up maybe an Inferno or just pick up the Elder Dragon later on. So I do think there is still going to be some chance for Team Secret to sort of win this game. If the Fiora is able to get her items up, if the Ezreal and Seraphine are going to be able to get gold and be relevant in these fights. But at the moment, right, they don't even have enough damage to even melt through like a full AP Gragas, right, with the healing from the Janna as well. So, going to be really, really tough for them.
Yeah, look at the gold differences right now across the board in the
10,000 gold lead.
Yeah, exactly, 10,000 gold lead, and each laner is about 2,000 gold, which is about half an item and slightly more than that.
I think the Lee Sin has 3k gold above the Camille. So
yeah, that's pretty scary. Yeah, the Camille actually really is 5,000. That might be like a 4,000 damage Camille, but there's actually a fight happening right now. And this time the Gragas is actually gonna fall to the Ezreal. He's gonna pick up that shutdown goal, and he's gonna be pretty happy about that one.
I think slight mechanical misplay there's like
Okay, Braum getting kicked in, but it is a Braum. It is pretty tanky, and they're not able to find enough damage for that. But they still do manage to push Team Secret out of mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying before, I think truly on the Gragas made a little bit of mechanical misplay. I think that he could have easily escaped that if he had probably burned his flash, flash early, just out the Camille away. But I mean, overall it's fine. They don't lose much, but a little bit of gold going back into Team Secret's pocket there. The Lee Sin, he is really fed right now. So I think all Next Play really need to do is just play around this Baron Nashor, right? Set up the vision for it, force Team Secret to run into them and, you know, just easily turn on them, punish them. Like, the Lee Sin, Gragas, and the Akali are so fed right now. There's nobody on the side of Team Secret that is going to be able to peel them off Next Play Esports. So it should be just an easy win, right? Maybe in the next like 2-3 minutes, if Next Play Esports are able to set up properly.
Yeah, that's right. Baron has spawned and Next Play are really in a commanding position right now in this game. They have got a lot of control over Team Secret's side of the map because it's Lee Sin just walking free right now with that
Oh, they started
Guardian
Baron.
Angel. Yep, they started Baron, and really what can Team Secret do about this one? Camille trying to find a flanking spot, but it really doesn't matter right now because they've just peeled off that Baron and they're going to be taken out. That Braum Akali jumping into the back line as well.
Ooh.
Seraphine just going to get deleted. I think, yeah, Gragas is going to be able to find that one. Lee Sin is really low, but he has Guardian Angel for himself. Akali as well did not fall, and that means that Next Play, once again, they've been able to find 2 members of Team Secret, and now that they've won the fight, they turn around and head straight back for Baron.
I think it was just like they were so far ahead, right? There was not even anything that Team Secret could do because, I mean, the way that Next Play played that was so. Oh my god, what is that Ezreal ultimate damage?
Yeah, that is it is still Ezreal. And hey, look at this, Team Secret are actually able to push Next Play off and buy themselves more time to scale. Or not?
Right. So, I mean, I still feel that Team Secret, they do have a very small, like 0.1% chance to win. Especially with the way the Next Play is playing, right? Because especially in the previous team fight, they look really overconfident. You know, Akali just spamming her spells, Lee Sin going in 1v3. So if Team Secret can stall more time, Azar looks like he's going to get caught here.
Yep, that's right. He's taking a lot of damage and he's definitely going to be falling. There's no doubt about that one. But oh, look at this. It's a 2-for-nothing deal right now. Buy one, get one free. Camille is just standing around for some reason. And now, Next Play don't have anything anymore from the side of Team Secret to worry about. That Ezra ultimate isn't going to be enough to push them off the Baron this time. And they're going to be able to pick it up.
I mean, that was just really unfortunate that they shouldn't have been in that position. I think they were just greeding for the tier 1 tower there. In that, like, there was no reason for them to be there, right? They should have just been focusing on the objectives and preparing to maybe try and steal the Baron Nashor or preparing for the next fight. You know, they just overstayed their welcome, and the gold lead just going back now to 12,000 gold. And I think it's just game over from this point in time.
Yeah, the goalie really ballooned from that misplay there that Team Secret made. They're going to be losing out on another turret this time. This top inner turret just have Lee Sin pushing in top the middle inner as well. Will be taken out. Lee Sin is going to get caught out, does go golden, but he's just going to be able to safeguard over that wall there. Very clean stuff as the minions are going to barrel down the top lane. He's just, look at this man, he doesn't bother. He's unfazed. He's just going to take another turret. And again, Next Play Esports are just picking apart at Team Secret right now. Just very surgical gameplay from them as they take out all 3 of the turrets. Seraphine ultimate there. It's not going to be enough, however, because Next Play Esports still have all their utility up to be able to get out of this one. Fiora is going to be the first one to fall. Akali picking up that double kill as well. And Next Play, in very convincing fashion, they pick up the series 2-0.
I think this was just a different Next Play, right, that we saw compared to the one we saw, I think, in the previous best of 3. So they showed a lot more, you know, decisiveness, a lot more aggressive gameplay, and the draft that they changed to just really fit more of their playstyle, right? Very skirmish heavy, very early game, you know, just aggressive gameplay, and it just took control over Team Secret's sort of mistakes that they have been prone to showing, you know, just overstepping their boundaries and just overstaying in general. And Next Play with just brilliant early game and decent, if not really good macro in the mid to late game. Just overall good gameplay from Next Play to just take over this series 2-0.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that's pretty good practice.
Wait, is this the last game?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I took my meds already.
Oh,
so-
no, I mean like this was the last game of the.
Oh yeah, this
of
is the yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I gotta head off now. I'm starting to feel groggy already.
Alright, no problem, dude.
Yeah. Thanks for practicing. If we can do another one the week if you're free lah, let me know.
Yeah, I'll see. No problem. I'll let you know.
Alright. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
See
Bye
ya.
bye.
Bye.
Hello everyone. I'm back. In PH, you don't give Juji Lee Sin. Yeah, I mean he was that one of those pioneers on Lee Sin at the start that really made him look really broken. Team Secret is going to lose, but I never know. I mean, well, now we know. I think I'm just gonna do a little bit more. You guys did request the C icon Taiwan, right? So I think I will look at that. Where is it? Taiwan group stage. Is it here? I'm just gonna look at this channel. Maybe it's here. Is it here? Fuck, where is it? Wait, maybe if I search World Rift FW versus World Rift FW versus 1. Because it should be here, right? I know they played against each other. Fuck. No, where is it though? Do you guys know? Patch notes is out. Oh, legit? Okay, let me see. Patch notes 2.3. Would you? Okay, here's the thing. Would you guys rather see me doing a patch notes review? Do you know any esports use Warrior in NA? Yes, there were some small community tournaments, but I don't think that they. This is 2.0. I'm just gonna search 2.2 and then I'll. Oh, 2.2a, there it is. Hey, okay, so you guys rather see me CGA esports channel? Okay. Okay, so do you guys rather see me do this or the patch notes or the Taiwan series? Because we can do a live patch notes rundown like right now. What do you guys prefer? I'm fine with any. Okay, let's do the patch notes review then, because it's my first time looking at this as well, so it will be the most genuine reaction, I guess you can say. Okay, so let's take a look at the Wild Rift patch notes 2.2a. Every time when it comes to reading patch notes, right, I think it's very important to read what Riot is saying, because a lot of the things that they say, right, like with the new changes and everything, it shows what their intent is with a lot of things. So for mysteries, blah blah blah. Okay, this is just content that doesn't matter. So Rammus, new champion, going to be out in this patch. I think Rammus is pretty strong overall, especially with the new tank item changes, right? As you all know, tanks are just really kind of in a good position. I would say they're unbroken, but they're in a good position right now compared to what they were previously, where tanks really felt very underwhelming. So Rammus is that really strong premier tank, and he is the ADC killer. Like, he is the ADC counter, and you know, especially with how prevalent champions like Kai'Sa is, he's just really able to shut champions like Kai'Sa down. And with his new ultimate, I think he's actually pretty decent, right? Because he does have a decent gap close now and isn't just very reliant on his Q. His ult used to be really useless, but they changed it into something pretty decent. So he'll be played mostly, I would say, top and jungle, right? He might even be played support, depending on the play style of the players, but definitely going to be a jungle pick. So I really like, especially since Righteous Glory is so cheap, right, in this game. So he will definitely be in a good position. New skins, Stargazer Camille looks ugly as fuck. Soraka looks ugly as fuck. Stargazer Twisted Fate though, this looks fire. This looks lit. Okay. Molten Rammus, ugly as fuck. Super Rammus, it's decent. But if you want to get anything, just get the Twisted Fate skin out of this. New accessories. Oh shit, these icons actually look pretty dope. Okay, yeah, that's about it though. The rest looks kind of meh. Okay, the Pango looks decent. Like, it looks kind of like a kind of high. Like, this guy has been studying for the past like 20 nights or something, so it's a little bit weird. Let's see, new events. Stargazer. I'm assuming this is just like some free stuff. Oh, 120 FPS support. I mean, my phone can't support this, so it doesn't matter to me, but obviously it matters to a lot of players where their phone can really be more useful, right? Because a lot of times there are phones where you just start lagging in team fights, and this will sort of prevent that, right? Because you have more of a higher ceiling. So that's pretty good. Now, on to the important part, right? Champion changes. So, Rammus counter for Kai'Sa, yeah, for sure. How to counter this? Can't wait for legit for Alliance versus next play. I mean, it will happen soon enough, yeah. So, champion changes, Alistar. For tanky supported champ, Alistar's dealing too much damage, particularly to turrets, using a headbutt to attack turrets. Do you know you could do that? I mean, I didn't know this at the start, but after I found out, I was like, what the fuck? Should be a bit more of a conscious choice. Headbutt damage, 55 to 280, 50 to 260, turret damage ratio, 150% to 75%. Okay, I mean, to be fair, the amount of damage he was dealing to turrets was kind of illegal, right? Like, I even playtested like maxing his second skill first just because of this, and then like at this point you were doing about like 400 damage to towers. It was like really illegal, and especially if you build like a little bit of AP as well. It was just too much, so I think this does make sense because the amount of damage he does to turrets didn't make any, like, why does a support deal like 400 damage to a tower? It doesn't make any sense, right? So this just justifiable, I understand. Blitzcrank has been slightly underperforming for a while. We are reverting some of the nerfs he receives. Command recent tank item update should give him a healthier space and support roster. Now, Blitzcrank did fall off the meta, especially because they over nerfed him, and I mean, we see, okay, rocket grab 60 to 240, 80 to 260, self slow 1.5 to 1 second. So this is huge, right? I mean, I think the thing that killed him really was this overdrive nerf, right? Especially some of the damage nerfs as well, because he ended up becoming so much weaker than Alistar, right? Alistar was a champion that you couldn't miss, right? And you were doing so much damage for no reason at all. And when they nerfed Blitzcrank, right, his speed, right, his mana cost and his damage, it made him feel so bad to play. And I mean, this does give him a little bit of power. I think he won't come back into competitive play purely because okay, so how it works is that competitive teams have this mindset that if something is nerfed, it isn't good anymore, right? And if something is nerfed and it got buffed a little bit, it still isn't good. So I think there may be some teams that try him, but he likely won't come back into the competitive landscape. I think he does have a place even before these nerfs, but it's, again, the requirement to play him is just so high that you have to be really insane on him to be able to put him into a competitive game. Solo queue wise, I think this is pretty good for him. He might appear a lot more often, especially with this self-slow duration buff, because this was a huge nerf for him previously. Corki's mail route stopped the rift a bit too often when giving him a big package arrival rate 100 seconds to 150 seconds. Now this is big because so what used to be possible is that you were able to take package for first dragon, and then you would be able to use it and then take package for the first Rift Herald as well, right? Since dragon is 4 minutes and Rift Herald is 6 minutes. So 100 seconds is within that time frame, and you would be able to take dragon and take Rift Herald both with Corki package. So this does make it so that Corki is only able to take package for one of those situations, and it does sort of nerf his early game a lot, right? Because Corki's early game is very reliant on package. So this, not only does it affect his early game, it does affect late game as well, right? Considering that his package timing is going to be a lot more variable. And I mean, can they just add a timer into his set so we know how long his package is? Right? I think it's not that hard, right? Just put it in a passive where you can hover over it and show how much time is left. But other than that, I think this is a huge nerf for his early game, right? Dragon, Herald, he can only have package for one of them. So Diana buffs, I mean, we were all expecting this because Diana underplayed, right? So base HP up by 40. This is pretty big. This is pretty much an auto attack early game, right? Which is really useful for a melee champion, especially one that does likely go mid lane. After casting spell, then gains 30 to 120 attack speed based on level for the next 3 attacks. Okay, so they moved this into her passive, right? Because this was a spell on her E. This was the thing on her E, so they moved this into a passive instead. Crescent Strike down by 1 second. Pale Cascade. Now it has scaling CDR, which makes a lot more sense. And they remove this. Okay. So out Moonfall, 40%. Holy shit, that's a lot. Okay, so 50 base damage is a lot of damage, right? Considering the 10% AP scaling as well. So this makes a lot more sense, right? Because previously Diana players were sort of forced to build pseudo tank and then max their E instead of W, or max their third skill, right? Because it gave them the attack speed. So now moving it to the passive makes a lot more sense and a lot more viable as well. Because being able to max second skill, first skill means that you are able to play a burst centric form of Diana. Obviously, she does have a lot of issues with how her ultimate is used because it isn't instant, and her instant out does like literally no damage. So you will have to charge it to be doing decent damage. But then again, the increased 50 base damage plus 80 AP does have sort of a, I would say like a decent payoff, right? But obviously, I think if they made it more similar to the League PC one, where the instant charge is maybe bigger AOE, would be more playable. I think she will be sort of tested, right? She is good into other melee champions and decent into some range. But she has yet to find a proper place in the game itself. But I feel this is a good change, right, in the right direction, because Diana as a pseudo tank mage attack speed user wasn't really the way to play, and I think going for burst Diana here, especially buffing the AP ratios, is probably a lot better. Yeah. Dr. Mundo buys Sunfire Aegis, Mundo burn. Yeah, this is literally what happens every game. I see Mundo. Attack damage down by 6 AD, okay. 40 base HP down, holy shit. Armor 5, okay. Duration at all ranks. 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. So this does make some sense to a certain extent, because they are nerfing the early game potential of Mundo, which is somewhat what makes him kind of obnoxious. But I think they probably might want to look at the HP scaling of this champion. I think the amount of HP that he gets from building tank items and building gargoyles is a bit too obnoxious. The HP scaling, they might want to tone it down a little bit. I mean, the base HP sure is nice, but obviously this doesn't make a lot of difference, because it's not like I mean, it does slow his clear speed very slightly, but it's not like champions outside of like maybe Lee Sin are going to be actively invading him. It does sort of change the landscape when it comes to contesting Scuttle Crabs, but outside of that, I don't feel like this is going to be a really big nerf for him. He still is going to be played competitively, unless there's a very big Sunfire Aegis nerf, which I can see over here. Right, this is a really long patch, I just realized. Galio, they're nerfing him, thank god. Wow, it took a while. So 40 base HP, looks like every champion's getting nerfed 40 base HP for some reason. Just the magic number is 40, okay. Cooldown level 159, 4.54. This should never even be 5 what? This should be like 7 seconds level 1, dude. Like, the fact I can use my passive 2 times on the first wave doesn't make any sense, right? It's so stupid. This definitely has to be higher. There's no way that this level 1 cooldown of his passive is so low. Base damage 15 to 25, 15 to 190. I mean, it doesn't even matter, right? The cooldown is the thing that matters. Like, this is so stupid. And the fact that it scales off AP as well, and they probably should have tweaked the scaling, because the fact that he was doing like 1,000 damage to turrets is just insane. Winds of War, percent health, okay, 2% to 1.5% makes sense. Shield of Duran, cooldown. Okay, the cooldown nerf is pretty decent, because this does open a lot of time for mid laners to sort of abuse their traits within this window. AP ratio 60%, 45%, this makes sense as well. Range 6.5 to 5.75. Little awkward number, I'm not sure how they arrived on this, but this is appreciated as well. They do hit on a lot of things that Galio was very proficient in. How I would have tweaked Galio would be to make him a bit more tank centric, right? Maybe reduce the AP scaling on his passive, decrease the cooldown of his ult. So you would make him more like a roamer style mid laner, which is what he is, right? He shouldn't be a champion that is actively one-shotting your back line. So I don't know how this AP ratio nerf is really going to do much, especially this HP damage by AP ratio nerf is going to do much as well. I mean, the Q damage really does make a lot of difference, as well as the Shield of Duran, but he is still going to be a strong champion regardless. But this definitely just toned him down from the OP status. Leona's not quite shining as Crossover where lowering the cooldowns of a call, lockdown combo, should they break 5-6. What the fuck? This is OP. Why are you buffing this? Cooldown. Okay, this makes sense, but why are you buffing her first skill? Okay, for sure the problem with Leona is not the amount of CC that she gives, right? It's how tanky she is overall, right? If you look at the other melee supports, there's something very common within them, right? All of them have damage reducing skills, right? Braum has damage reducing skills, Alistar has damage reducing skills, even Gragas has damage reducing skills, right? Outside of these three supports, you don't see any other support, right? The most is just a rare Rakan, and even Rakan can be considered an enchanter at this stage, right? He builds, Arden even. So Leona's problem is that she isn't tanky, right? She has to rely on gargoyles to be tanky. And if you are a champion that's reliant on an item, right, it just comes with so much of a disadvantage because like if it's on cooldown or if after the gargoyle expires, right, you're just not the same champion anymore. Your W doesn't give you enough tank stats to be relevant, right? So I think this is just doesn't make any sense, right? It just makes her give more CC, but she's still not going to be played, so definitely doesn't make sense to me. Mini Reaver, still can use more tools to Arsenal. I just makes carry maintain stability, carry it. Okay. Attack damage up by 6. This is really nice. Per level, this is 1 per level, which is about 15 AD. So it's about 500, 750 gold-ish, I think. Wait, no. This is 12, right? So it's about 600 plus gold at level 15, which is pretty good. This 6 here is about 250 gold. So he does get almost 1,000 gold worth of stats, base stats here, which is really good for him, especially since he scales really bad, right? Base damage here increased 15. What? Why are they increasing this? Doesn't matter, whatever. Bonus AD ratio, critical strike. Holy shit! Like these are just huge buffs, like actually to Pantheon. So, because it just makes him so much stronger, right? Especially with the Bruiser variant, right? The Bruiser variant of Pantheon is able to be relevant throughout the game, and this just makes him so much stronger early game, able to abuse like his just strong kit overall. So I think these might propel him into the meta. We'll see. I think solo kill he'll definitely be strong with these buffs. Whether competitive teams will actually pick him up is a different thing. I think his playstyle in competitive is very I want to say like skewed, right? It's very hard to play him, right? It's very high base level, right? So a lot of teams might not play him. Shyvana, cutting down base damage and health. What the fuck? Why is she getting nerfed? Nobody plays her, dude. 40 HP. Every champ just getting nerfed 40 HP, I guess. Hi, Papa Otis, reading chat for a little bit. Too risky to play him? Yeah, I think you're talking about Blitzcrank. I think Blitz it's a bit too risky to play him. When you get packaged before first strike, 30 seconds late for Herald now. Yeah, exactly. Your fake accent pissing me off. Fuck you, Alex. Okay. Hate making it become like PC, I think. Yeah, they buff Pantheon. So, okay, so but why are they nerfing Shyvana though? Literally nobody plays this champion. What the fuck? Like, it's crazy. So, okay, let's just move on, okay? Let's just pretend they didn't nerf Shyvana for no reason. It's like them nerfing a Momo. Nobody plays that champ, dude. You're literally looking at bronze. Stop looking at it. Right? We are cautiously filling up Tristana. It's just not matching rest on marksman. 1 per level. This is the same as Pantheon. 16 all ranks to scaling. The problem with Tristana shouldn't be her E cooldown, like shouldn't be her explosive charge cooldown. It's really based more on her base stats as an AD carry and how much she offers at item breakpoints. I think overall she just seems really weak, especially even when she takes like her first few items, right? Like a 1 item Tristana compared to a 1 item Kai'Sa, completely different. 2 item Tristana compared to 2 item Kai'Sa, still completely different. Right, Tristana should be that carry that is able to be a hyper carry when she gets ramping up on those items, but at the moment she really isn't a champion until she gets like 4 items, which shouldn't be what a champion is, right? Because most of the time before you even get that, our game is over already. So I think they probably should have buffed her base stats a little bit more, but obviously she is a champion that as a hyper carry will be slightly oppressive if she's ahead. So I mean this does help her a little bit, but I doubt that she will be pushed like anywhere near into the meta. Vi has been popular, reliable pick, high level games, blah 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 blah. Reliable game, okay. Base stats, -5 armor, assault and battery, reducing cooldown 10 seconds. This makes a lot of sense because Vi has been really consistent, and I'm not sure why they reduce the armor, but okay, sure, whatever. I think reducing the out cooldown here makes a lot of sense, especially for competitive and even in solo queue. So good to see. Nerf is appreciated. Okay. Infinity Orb. Infinity Orb was driving too much value as gold cost. You're bumping its price up a smidgen. Yeah, guys, 300 gold, just a smidgen, just a little bit, you know, delay in snowboarding games. So I can assure you, right, this item is trash now. Nobody is gonna buy this. Okay, the fact that it's 3.15k is so huge. Right? Okay, people were buying this first item, right? And the reason for that is because it's cheap. And now that they nerfed it, nobody's gonna buy it. Okay, they're just gonna buy it maybe second or third at most, but nobody's gonna buy it now, right? Because it's so bad. Like it's literally so bad after this nerf. Is Akali getting nerfed or buffed? Akali didn't get touched. Otavio. I think Tristana good buff from 80 per level. Yeah, it is a good buff, right? But I don't think it's enough for her to be propelled into the meta. I didn't see, but Mark Jr., thanks for 10 stars, bro. Thanks for supporting. Really appreciate that. I wonder why they never touch Ashe. I think Ashe is fine. She's in a decent position. Katarina is trash, don't play. Katarina is pretty good, I think. In the right hands, right? Really high skill champion, especially in solo queue. Right, doesn't seem to have any plans to add Guinsoo. Why do you think so? I think Guinsoo is an item that is too strong on certain champions and too weak on others, right? So it makes it really hard to balance because champions like Kai'Sa really abuse Guinsoo, right? And if you make it too underpowered, then she won't buy it at all. So the item is too skewed to a certain select champions that will make them too strong. You know, like imagine if Kai'Sa had Guinsoo now, right? She's already one of the premier ADCs, and if she gets Guinsoo, she's just gonna be way stronger, which isn't something that they want, right? Because they want to keep a game like more balanced. So I can understand why they don't include Guinsoo unless they have champions that sort of go against Kai'Sa, right? Which I like Kog'Maw, Senna, right? Akali is one of my main champions for mid lane, is one of my main roles. Yeah, I mean you can be happy because they didn't nerf her. While not being drastically overpowered except for Mundo. What are they talking about? This item is stupid, dude. Sunfire is just performing a bit too well. Wow, thanks for noticing. Taking it down a notch to add more first item choice, so thanks. Base damage 16 to 30, 16 to 25. This is huge. HP ratio 1% to 0.8%. We'll have to do the damage calculations a little bit, but I think this, if we consider this is the like a 5-second tick, right? Because this is on, if I'm not mistaken, the explosion it comes after 5 seconds. So we just assume that, okay, maybe we assume that you take it like 4 times, right? Losing like maybe like 20 damage plus 1% HP ratio. I think fuck, it's like 2k 20 10. Oh my god, wait, let me think about the math first. I mean overall you're losing like 24 damage in 3 ticks, which isn't that bad considering the overall damage. Like maybe you do, Actually, oh wait, no, not 3 ticks, sorry, like in 4 ticks. Right, so, wait, that isn't 24, it's like way more actually, holy shit, wait. I mean, okay, this is a pretty big nerf to Sunfire actually. It might, I mean, we'll have to do a little bit of the nitty gritty to sort of understand how big this nerf really is, because this item was really what made a lot of tanks more viable, and the fact that they're nerfing it right after means that, you know, tanks are just going to go back down into the drain. So we'll have to do a little bit of math on this later on. Glorious Enchant, or they do the bug fix now finally, right? I think they should have just hotfixed it. Like, why did they have to do a patch for it? Oh, yay, turret changes. What I like to see. We're seeing a lot of early grouping highlights while effort including release systematic changes that maintain leading phase for competitive games. During the first 4 minutes, previously 3 minutes. Solo, Baron lane, and mid laner auto turrets gain 90 bonus. Oh, okay, so they made it 4 minutes instead of 3. Interesting. During the first 4 minutes previously, okay. Okay, so basically what was happening is that there were a lot of games where teams would trade sides and they just trade towers at 3 minutes. Right, so they are basically making it so that you can only do it at 4. And I mean, it is sort of stupid because it doesn't allow you to make proactive play in a sense, but obviously it does make both teams sort of pressured to play more on the dragon side to get control, since you can only take the top and bot tower at 4 minutes, right? You can no longer trade the tower pre 3 minutes and, you know, set up for dragon, for example. So I think this change is dumb because it dumbs down the game, right? Basically it makes it so that the game is easier to play for worse teams, and I think this kind of change doesn't make sense to me because it makes it so that the level of competitiveness is just overall lower. It's just, I mean, for sure it's nicer to view because you get to see a lot more skill expression, but in terms of competitive gameplay, it definitely reduces the amount of brain that you need to play the game, because all you do now is you just lane until 4 minutes, so that's it. And that's about it. Actually, free to play champion rotations doesn't make a difference. So overall patch changes, my thoughts. Okay, I think overall a lot of the things that they touched made a lot of sense, right? So Alistar headbutt nerf, I mean, I think this was a long time coming. They should have nerfed this long time ago. The Blitzcrank buff, thank god they are making this champion relevant again. Don't think anybody will play it. Corki nerf definitely brings a little, like, quite big nerf to his early game potential. I think teams will maybe think a little bit, like, might think twice about picking him, because he is one of those strong champions that has the package as his early game out. So without that sort of key option multiple times in the game, it will sort of decrease the amount of viability he has, but he still definitely will be very viable in competitive play. Diana, huge buffs. I think we might see her be tested and played, definitely played in solo queue. I'm not sure in competitive, we might see a little bit of testing here and there. Other than that, I think the nerfs, I mean, the changes were definitely really good. Mundo nerf is good. He's still going to be good in competitive and solo queue, doesn't matter. Play this champion, get free elo. Galio nerf, still going to be a good champion. It does reduce a lot of his burst, but I think they definitely should have looked at the AP scaling on his passive and the cooldown on the passive as well. On the level 1, yeah. So other than that, I think this champion still going to be good, doesn't matter, still going to be strong competitively. Might not be first picked every game because of this, but he's still going to be played. Leona buffs here doesn't make any sense. They don't understand the problem with Leona, and buffing this doesn't make a difference. Nobody's nobody's going to play her, right? Pantheon buffs here, really good for Bruiser Pantheon. I think Bruiser Pantheon might come into the meta in the top lane. We might even see some Bruiser Pantheon mid or jungle. I think he'll be pretty decent as a sort of side option to maybe some of the competitive games to certain champions, but overall I think he's still going to be good in solo queue, and competitively, if teams have very high skill level and a good ceiling, I think they will be able to play him decently. I mean, he's not going to be broken, but he is a strong option for certain compositions, right? I'm not going to go into specifics for obvious reasons, but that he is definitely playable. Shyvana nerf literally is a Riot playing, pulling an Amumu with this one, you know, like they see the bronze elo, they're like, Shyvana having like 52% win rate, they're like, it's 2% higher than 50%, it's too OP, let's just nerf it. Fucking don't understand anything at all. I don't know why they're nerfing this champion, so they did. So now Shyvana is obviously unplayable. Tristana buffs, very nice to see. I think this AD per level makes a lot of difference, but she's still missing a lot of that early game power, which she really needs. Depending on whether she goes the full crit build or the BOTRK build, I think we might see Tristana play a little bit. She is more of a, I would say, competitive champion, but we have really never seen any competitive team play her because she doesn't really have success at all, because she's just missing a lot of damage in the early game, and Wild Rift is a game where snowballing is just really prevalent, no? So obviously it does make a lot of difference to have stronger early game stats, and without those, even this scaling here doesn't really make that much of a difference and won't really push her into the limelight, right? Vi nerf here, nerf on the ultimate makes sense here. I think Vi is too reliable for the champion that she is, too easy to play, too reliable, so this nerf does make sense as well. She will still be good, doesn't matter. Infinity Orb, 300 gold more, nobody will buy this first item anymore. At most, people will buy this just maybe second or third, right? But I feel it's just such a worse item now, right? At this point, you might as well just buy Void Staff, right? I really feel that there's no point buying Infinity Orb at this point in time. So after this nerf hits, so I think a lot of the builds might change after this. So yeah, I feel Infinity Orb is no longer good after this nerf, right? Because if you take a look at, we can just take a look, okay, Infinity Orb. So if you look at the, if you didn't know, you could go to the fandom page, right? Look at the cost analysis. So Infinity Orb at this current price is 92.69% gold efficient, right? And increasing another 300 gold, right, just makes it obviously even worse. So I assume it's going to be around maybe 80%, 80 plus, which is a lot worse considering the item is an item that scales down when it goes against magic resist, right? Because a lot of the ratio, I mean, a lot of the gold value comes from the magic penetration as well as the ability power. So these are one the two things, especially also, I mean, if you consider the 35% health crit for assassins, they obviously want to buy this item, but it isn't that OP go-to item that they can be reliably building first anymore, especially since they can't get it before first dragon at this goal point, right? So Sunfire Aegis, we'll have to really, I mean, I can look for it now. Sunfire Aegis. Let's look a little bit at the damage per level every second, enemies within 325. So 1% bonus magic damage, 1% bonus health magic damage. So if we take the calculator, right, and then we do a small calculation, right, we do the 5 base damage, right, if we just assume that we're doing the maximum, right, and then the base health here is maybe about 2,000, right, so right, you're losing, this is how much damage 1% would be, so you just divide by 5 and you are losing 4 damage. So if you just do about 3 seconds, right, you just, you know, obviously times 3 and then you plus the 15, you're losing overall like 27 damage over 3 seconds, which isn't that much, right? But if you compare it to what you were dealing previously, obviously it is sort of a big difference, because 27 damage is and can be the difference between killing somebody and, you know, obviously them living with like a little bit of HP. So it is going to be a little bit of a nerf, but obviously it doesn't really matter as much, right, for certain champions, because the Sunfire Aegis damage really does come from I mean, you obviously want to stick to the person, and most of the times in team fights you will stick to them more than 3 seconds. So this obviously does have much more impact the longer it goes, but I think at most you would be losing like 50 damage, right, I would say, which although it is a lot, it still doesn't take away from the fact that this item gives so much utility and wave clear to champions that really need them, right, tank champions. So still going to be good item, but I mean, we'll see. I think the item is still going to be decent as a damage option, but whether or not the tanks will still build it first is a different thing, right? Because obviously you lose lesser base damage when you build it early, right? Because since it's 16 to 30, so yeah, now 16 to 25. right? Bug fix really good. The tower here, 4 minutes. I really dislike this change because it reduces a lot of macro skill expression from competitive teams, makes the game very brain dead. Especially since competitive games usually come with laning phases that are very uninteractive, right? Competitive teams generally have laning phases that are very boring, right? Especially with the 1-3-1 meta that we are seeing recently, is because teams are generally just looking for AFK farm, right? And then we fight for objectives, because competitive teams dislike losing in laning phases, because that's where the most risk and most variables will really come around. Is when player skill can obviously make more of a difference, right? So usually in 2v2s you'll see teams that when they get outskilled, they don't die, they just give up the wave and they just leave the tower. They just recall ahead of time because they are afraid of losing and causing their team the game. So overall, I think this, I mean, sure, it does make that scenario happen more often, but it does make the game slightly more boring instead of making it more fun. I think this change doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, so other than that, I think the patch pretty good, right? Yeah, good and bad things so far, but yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So hey, I mean, yeah, that's it. Okay, asking me, okay, well, didn't nerf Kata, 0-5 Kata with Infinity or is still good, can Benta? Means no early dive or so? I mean, you can do early dives, but you cannot take the tower. Yeah. Did they nerf Kata or not? No, they didn't nerf Katarina. Which lane Rammus will be better? I think either jungle or top lane. They have to watch power high-low games and good analysis. We play 1-3-1 page to secure both scuttlers. Yeah. I think for sure Riot, they have an idea of what the competitive landscape is, but I think they just don't understand how they want to approach it, because they don't know what is really the ideal competitive scene. They have no idea what is the ideal competitive scene is, right? So they are sort of confused, I would say, as to how they want to approach it. Do you have a Discord server? Yes, I do. I'm currently setting one up now, but I can join you. I can let you, I can let you guys join it first. Although it isn't really set up, right? This is like an old Discord that I used to have, which sort of have my old teammates in. So I'm gonna be turning this into a community Discord for my for the people that watch me. So yeah, let me go to Twitch and put it in. Shouldn't they have an idea from the competitive scene? The thing is that most Riot like balanced officials are probably like, here's the Discord, Otavio, thanks for watching. Yeah, the most of the Riot personnel probably have like zero experience competitively, and the thing is that I heard they had like some Vainglory world champion or some nonsense, but it doesn't matter, it's a completely different game, right? And they don't have very high level of experience and understanding of the competitive scene, so they don't know. I mean, they do know what normal players want, but they don't know what competitive players want. And obviously competitive players vary, right? So the ones from competitive players are very different across each team. So I think we really have to rely on Riot to choose what kind of competitive scene they want. Do they want like very skirmish heavy, very brawl heavy type of like meta, right, where they can obviously push that kind of meta because they can easily buff those kind of champions, but I think it definitely is like some of the changes they make are just very, very awkward because it doesn't make sense. Like the fact that you have the 4 minutes now instead of 3 makes it so much more boring. Like how many times have you seen a game in Wild Rift where at 3 minutes, right, the team makes a rotation to a tower, they kill the guy and they take the tower. That is good macro, right? But now that it's 4 minutes, teams are not going to do that. They're just going to farm. Like, do you seriously want to see two teams farming for 4 minutes? Like, I don't think so, and that's just going to happen at the highest level because people are just risk averse in competitive. I heard they have like 2 from League comp scene. I mean, like, who are they? Like you tell, you need to list names, because I can say like I'm from the League comp scene, but if nobody knows who I am, then like does it matter? So and it also makes a difference what level of competitive they were at, because the level of competitiveness varies a lot, right? So you can say like, oh, I took a guy from the league competitive scene, but he's an amateur player from Malaysia. Like, who the fuck gives a shit, dude? Like, nobody's gonna know who he is. His knowledge is not enough. Like, you tell me he's maybe a top LCS LEC coach. Don't say LCS. LCS shit, region. Like a top LEC coach, right? That was, he made playoffs, for example. Yada yada yada, and has a lot of experience under his belt. Has spent like maybe 3 years coaching or like 3 years as a player. So I can respect that kind of decision because he has the experience and knowledge to back it up. Yeah, laning phase always play safe one and trade sometimes. Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't matter. Like we saw earlier, when I was going through the games, right? They play like the Brom, and literally the laning phase was uninteractive, right? It was just okay. We play 2v2, we farm, dragon spawn, we fight dragon. There was no clash, or there was no fighting. It was like, okay, we farm, I poke you, you poke me, I recall. The lane is too short for them to be able to make this kind of differences. Especially because we can't really see the CS numbers, we can't see the farm numbers, so we don't know how well the AD carries are actually farming. I mean, anyway, regardless, right? This is just a lot of theory, but on my part, I feel like this change, especially, really awkward. I don't really like it at all. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's it for the patch notes, right? A little bit tired actually. I might not look at the, what the fuck? Oh, I think it's this. Yeah, a little bit tired. I might not look at the Taiwan games. I mean, I might do it tomorrow. My voice is kind of, my throat's kind of dry right now, so might end the stream here. It's been about 2 hours, right? Cause we casted I think 5 games. Me and my co-caster. So voice is really sore and really tired. So I think I'm just gonna head off here. So thanks for watching, guys. I think if you have any questions, you can message my Facebook page. I respond to all the messages. If you want to join the Discord server, I will make a Discord server eventually. I mean, not make a Discord. I will make it more interactive with what do you call that, like with viewers, fans, and whatnot. So you guys can join this Discord server ahead of time. I will likely post or like transform the Discord server eventually, when I have time and when I have the knowledge to do so properly. Yeah. Other than that, you can just can join this. Oh, I just realized but anyway, join the Discord server with that link that I posted. Really happy that you appreciate PH. I mean, I think PH definitely is one of the stronger regions, but especially with the games that we just watched, I think they do show a lot of weaknesses, but they definitely show a very high level of play. I mean, with the amount of time that they are scrimming, right? Like, for sure. Like, I've seen teams like looking for scrims that are scrimming 7 sets a day, and like each set is an hour, so they scrim like 7 hours minimum a day. That's pretty crazy. What time are you going live tomorrow? I have not decided yet. Have you considered making builds on Mobile Fire? No, because I mean, I would do that if they reached out to me, and if they offered money in return for it, because I mean, I had a friend reach out for me to do that, but we decided that last year, and till then he hasn't contacted me. So I mean, he's busy with other things. Your build's quite reliable and diverse. I mean, I'll see. These kind of things is more likely that they will reach out to me instead of the other way around, because I don't know which organization or which build will give me this kind of opportunity. So obviously, if there's a opportunity to do so, I will do it, because I mean, it's money, right? I won't say no to it. I rarely see them stream anymore. Yeah. Play until we go blind is our motto in PH. Yeah. So right now, because of the C icon in PH, all the teams are on sort of a boot camp, right? Which is why they don't stream as much, and which is why they are putting in like 100% effort, because all of them are preparing for Super Cup. You know, it's super competitive, and also I can't say the same here because Singapore is a lesser region and we have lousier teams and lesser teams, right? I think it's just overall it's kind of hard to compare the two regions. I feel it's a little bit, I would say, unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? So the way that Singapore as a region has always managed to sort of combat these sort of better regions is that we have to, you just have to work smarter, right? You just have to work smarter and be just be better, right? Make your training more efficient. Teams that play 7 sets a day, we play like 2-3 sets a day. But if we learn the same amount, then it doesn't matter. Do you see South Luzon brackets? It was like, yeah, it was like Acceleration, Liap, Omega, and one more, I forgot already. And yeah, that was pretty stacked. Even Vietnam is not as competitive as PH. I think Vietnam actually, level of play is really low, which is surprising. I feel that it might be because there was they have their, if I'm not mistaken, they have their own server, which might be why, because they don't experience the fighting against like PH players, China players, which was something that we did in the past, right? Because when the servers were combined, so we learned at a greater speed because they started late, and not only that, they got their own server, which make it so that they are only able to play against themselves. So yeah. DRRQ. Oh yeah. Do you know any esports series that I can watch for any region for Wild Rift? Let me check for you, okay? Any Wild Rift tournament. I know that there was a tournament, but I don't think it was streamed. Oh, there's a tournament going on now. What the fuck is this? Jesus Christ. Okay, wait. There was a NA Showdown tournament. Yeah, so there was. You can just Google it, but I think at the moment there aren't any tournaments worth noticing, because all of them are like $70 prize pool, and all the players inside are just super. I don't know, like just not. You can search Tribe Gaming. You know Tribe. So Tribe recently won one of them. Is it Tribe? Yeah, Tribe Gaming. So Tribe Gaming recently won one of the tournaments. I think they did tag one of them. Let me see. It is, scroll down far enough. All their Brawl Star nonsense. Jesus Christ, they post so much. Okay, you know what? I don't know where is it. Yeah, so fuck that shit. I hope more people will discover your channel and really great addition to the Warrior community. Thanks, bro. Surprising considering the league com scene is like biggest in C. I think the amount of investment into Wild Rift hasn't been. Okay, wait. To be fair, they have that Vietnam has the biggest prize pool out of every region. Their first prize is like 30k or something, which is insane because it's more than the Philippines one. Philippines is like 19k, right? Vietnam is 30k. So you just imagine that, right? And imagine that the lowest level region has the highest prize pool. Like, doesn't make sense to me, but whatever, they have more money. So far, no big NA League Ops have signed a team yet. They won't sign a team so fast. They will likely wait until they find there's the first Riot tournament has been announced, and then they will make a team. Because no big brand will sign prematurely because they want to get the best team, right? They don't want to be wasting their time. So they always want to be first with an open offer. So likely is that it's very it's going to be quite some time before like teams like Cloud9, TSM enter the Wild Rift scene. They're gonna have Twitch rivals soon, but that's it. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be they're gonna do community stuff first, and then once we reach a point where they find decent players, where there's like a ladder with challenger players, then they will start looking for players, right? Their preseason was LAN. Ooh. Oh yeah, you're right. The Vietnam preseason. I hope Shinbu will someday reach out to you for collaboration. Who is Shinbu? I've heard the name before. I forgot about it. Fuck, it's so familiar. Let me search. Oh yeah, okay. I've seen this guy before. I think Riot expected Vietnam Warrior to be big. I mean, it is big, right? For sure. I'm just saying that their players are not the best. You know, like their teams are not the best. Wait, I'm gonna catch up. I've seen how they play at AOV and LoL PC Powerhouse after all. And then my region NA has almost nothing for Wild Rift. I mean, it just came out recently, so you're just gonna have to wait. When it first came out, it was like that as well. Alliance was fast as fuck. I think Alliance is just an outlier. It was just like it's odd, you know. Like we didn't expect it as well. Like the fact that a big organization decided to enter so early. But obviously there are perks to entering early, right? Because the fact is that if they didn't enter early, they would never be in a position to win Singapore, right? Because if like my team was signed by, let's just say we signed to who was the other Impunity, right? If we were signed to Impunity, which is a local organization, and Alliance entered late, you know, then they wouldn't be able to get players that are winning the tournament. You get what I mean? So it made sense for them to sign us early, because our competitive scene is so small, right? And it's very easy for us to dominate. Shinbu is face of Wild Rift in PH. Ah, I see. Shoutcaster, who is leading Wild Rift PH community, has been organizing tournaments since Overwatch test. Oh, no wonder he's so familiar. I think I've seen his name somewhere like for tournaments. I see. Wild Rift gonna have a stronghold Wild Rift. I mean, Alliance gonna have a stronghold Wild Rift because early advantage for sure. Yeah, I mean, we definitely will put their name on the board. Yeah, because we are the strongest like team locally, and we do also have like a lot of practice internationally, right? So yeah, like the fact is that we are at a high level, you know. It's not like we win our region and our shit internationally, so it does make sense. Can you review next play versus Team Secret? It was 2-0. I reviewed it just now. So I think after the stream ends, you can wait like maybe like 5 minutes, and then you can go and watch. I was casting the game with my my co-caster. Yeah, so I think after the stream ends, you can go and watch back the video. I reviewed the one where Team Secret won 2-1 and the one where next play won 2-0. Yeah, so you can watch those, because those were the like hype games, right? Yeah. So I mean, honestly, this feels more like a just chatting stream. Just talking to y'all, which I guess is kind of fun as well. What if PH team asks you to be a coach? I mean, it definitely is going to be hard, right? Because I do have like national service like sometime soon. I'm not sure when yet. And also the thing is that it highly depends what are the requirements, right? If you are asking me to be there for like physically, I think it's impossible. If you're asking me to, I mean, first of all is that I have a contract with Alliance, yeah. So you would have to buy me over, you know, and then you would have to pay me a sizable amount for me to consider leaving behind my friends to be able to coach a team that is you know, I'm not even close with, right? And the team also has to be good, right? I'm not gonna coach a loser team. So yeah. I mean, the thing is that if I wasn't binded to Alliance, you know, next play was looking for another coach, I would have applied, but obviously I'm with Alliance, so yeah. I will for sure. Thank you. Do you think Team Secret has a chance to defeat Next Play? I think Next Play just showed a much higher level. Even in the first series where Team Secret won, I think Team Secret didn't really show that they were the better team. I think Next Play just made a lot more mistakes. Little join NS coach KFGG. I mean, we'll have to see. Why not join small tournaments like RRL Asia? I mean, we don't have information about them, that's why we don't join. I mean, if there's a way for us to get more info about the smaller tournaments, that would be nice. Seeing an opportunity with my region almost having nothing and the competitiveness being low, I can maybe try to improve as much as I can and start to participate in small competitions, but I can maybe become pro or more. I think going pro alone is definitely hard. The way that my team and I went pro is that we decided to, or like, okay, so I'm the one that formed the team. Okay, so I after my split in Europe, so I decided to play Wild Rift, and then my teammates, right, so Alex, which is SSK, and Ken, which is Raven, as well as my old top laner, which is Sarah. I mean, Ken and Alex, which is Raven SSK, they finished their split in RSG, right, which is the PCS, and they got relegated. So that was the perfect moment for me to ask them, like, hey, you guys want to play Wild Rift? Because I know the SG scene is dead, right? SG League scene is dead. So I say the Wild Rift scene is going to explode, bro. Just come and play. So I got them to play my team, and then we found some friends to play with. So that was our core, you know. I started out with like as the support, and then we had good players surrounding us as a team. So obviously, if you have good friends, it's very easy for you to start, because you can just start as a team, and then even if you lose in tournaments, people will recognize you. Players gotta speak Pinoy. I think most Pinoy players speak English anyway, so it's fine. Asia honestly Singapore joining this tournament PH vs MY. I'm not sure where is that, but we can look into it. Next place coach is just the 6-man at the moment. I heard they have like 2 coaches if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Juchi and Julie from League PC and no one in PH, no wonder so dominating. Yeah. I mean, for anybody to dominate Wild Rift, you have to have League PC experience. If not, you're gonna be behind on the curve. They post in Scrim Group Asia. I see, okay. I'll take a look later. Alliance versus Next Play, who have better advantage? I think a lot of the time it depends on the how you feel on the day itself, right? Because I think us and Next Play, we have very high highs, and if we are able to hit that high on the day, we obviously will win. And then so it's just sort of a coin flip to see which team is playing better on the day itself. SSK jungle main before. The funny thing about SSK is that he has played like 4 roles competitively. So he played top the most, right? He played support, he also played jungle. I think he played AD as well, right? For different tournaments. Obviously not all at the high level, right? For like campus level, which is like collegiate, he played AD and support. Yeah, and then jungle at collegiate level as well. Support, I think he played in local tournaments. So I'm pretty grateful that he plays jungle, since he's one more like vocal person, right? He's able to control the map. Yeah, me and my friends have formed a team, but we form it to mainly play amateur competitions. But I think I'll talk to them about going pro. I think going pro is definitely hard, especially like you have to be high rank in League PC for you to consider going pro. Like if you are maybe, I don't know, at least like challenger in League PC, then yeah, I think going pro will be easy. Yeah. Name of my team's Enjoy Esports. Oh, I mean, hope to see you doing well, bro. I wish you all the best. Hope you can do well in the new NA scene, right? Especially because it's new scene. So anybody that's able to establish themselves first will have an advantage in, you know, just growing fans, getting the recognition, right, and getting to a good organization. If that day got aircon, I think NXP advantage. Yeah, I mean, it really depends on how Alex feels, I think. Next Play versus Flash Wolves. I think, hard to say. I think Flash Wolves might win. I'm not sure. Muhammad Hakim, hello, what's up? I think Riot should have a mid-season tournament for winners of Icon series. They are. So what's happening is that preseason, right? Then now we are having a qualifier for Summer Cup, right? So we qualify for Summer Cup. If we win Summer Cup, we qualify for Super Cup, which Super Cup is basically your mid-season. Yeah. Right. So it's the same. It's the same. Right. So every local tournament has a summer season. Right. Every local, so there's PH summer season, Singapore summer season. Right. If you win the summer season, you go to Super Cup, and Super Cup is your MSI. Yeah. How old if I want to join tour? If I'm not mistaken, is 17. 8 regions. Yeah. Thanks. No problem, bro. Also, if you guys want to help me out, I think it'll be great if cause I'm trying to stream on a new website, which is Trovo. Yeah, so I think if you guys want to help me out, you can go over onto this website and help follow. Yeah, I mean I'll just post the oh shit. Because I don't know about like these websites, but yeah, so this is the thing, right? Because I'll say for sure, I think Facebook is for sure the lousiest streaming platform, right? It gives you absolutely no money. The only good thing about it is that it has a lot of reach, but outside of that, it doesn't really help me in any way. So yeah. So like I think honestly, if you like the best case would be that y'all watch on either Trovo or Twitch. Yeah. The best would be Twitch. Trovo is just like a sort of experiment that I'm doing. But yeah, because I think Twitch is just better. Like the amount of incentives that they have, amount of support that they have. The Facebook streaming platform is just shit, and their algorithm that they changed recently is just not helping at all. Like, understand this, okay? My page has 10k followers. I'm posting something, right, as a content creator, and it has 700 likes, right, even after I boosted the post. So to put this into context, right, I used to get 5,000 likes on a single post, you know, after a boost, right, at most 5k, right, and at least 2k. So the difference there is pretty big, and I don't know what's wrong with the algorithm or what happened, but it's just like really tilting to see. I'll make an account and then follow you there. Thanks, bro. Thanks, Otavio. Jova, I feel like it's gonna be another mixer sooner or later. Yeah, from what I heard, the reason why is good is because there's a lot of money. So that's the reason why I'm trying to get into it, you know, because like if they can give me a good deal, then I can cash out, you know, like I can get the money, and obviously if people watch on their platform, it's a win-win for both of us, you know, right? It's definitely a lot more money than Facebook and Twitch. I agree that. Follow on all platforms, but I will watch on Facebook or Twitch only. Yeah, no, I think whichever is fine. But thanks for the follow, dude. Like the follows help a lot because it helps me like level up in Trovo. There's like a level system. So the more currently I'm like 30 out of 50 followers, something like that, yeah. So every time I level up, there's more like incentives, I guess. Yeah. But I don't know. I haven't like the thing is that it's very easy to get money on Trovo because the subscribe button, like I have it already, is easily achieved. You know, I'm not sure what the spells do actually, but yeah. I'm just like really confused. I gotta go, homie. Hope you have a good rest of the day. And yeah, goodbye. Alright, thanks for joining the stream, Otavio. Have a good rest too, bro. Hope you and your team do well. I'll see you another time, man. Thanks for joining the stream. Gonna end the stream soon anyway. What the fuck? End the soon, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I think I mean, unless you guys have any more questions, I don't think there's really much to talk about here. Yeah. I mean, I feel generally like we're just waiting for the tournament to come. Like, it's pretty annoying that our Singapore tournament is so far away. Like, imagine that group stages are being played already by multiple regions, and we are still waiting for the 24th of April for us to play ours, which is in 12 days. 11 series in PH for a team to down NXP. Then they took it back in the next day. Okay, so here's what I think. Okay, PH, like Philippines, they have a lot of good teams, right? But they don't have consistent teams, right? So what I mean is that they don't have, like, and Next Play, okay, Next Play is a pretty consistent team, right? But what I mean is that they don't have a team where they don't make mistakes, right? And I know that's stupid to say because everybody make mistakes, but when it comes to that level, right, the way that you beat a competitive team is not by making big plays, it's by making no mistakes. And the Philippines is just not at that level yet, right? I'm not saying that Alliance as a team is at that level. I'm just saying, like, you know, that's the level that you will need to dominate. And the reason why Next Play is winning is because they make lesser mistakes than the opponent, and also they make good plays, you know. But obviously, if you want to win if you want to be timeless, right, you want to win, you're gonna have to just not make any mistakes, you know. That's just how competitive it is. IRL Asia have really tournament, you all should consider joining. We'll see. We'll take a look for sure. I'm not sure if the tournament is worth joining, right? But obviously we can take that as a substitute for scrims. Which region you think is best now? Either Philippines or Taiwan? Yeah. Or China. But I've yet to see any China teams play. I want to scrim China teams, but I do not have the contact for that. I can't believe Philippines is that strong. I mean, just look at the amount of players they have. I think it's believable. Like, do you see the amount of players that signed up for the qualifier? Right. Okay. Let me tell you how many teams signed up for the Singapore qualifier. Okay, 5. 5 teams signed up for the Singapore qualifier. 5. Okay, that's how stupid it is. So I think hard. Right. I think it's very hard for, especially our region, to compare to others. Prize pool isn't that much, but there are some good teams. Aries first out. Yeah. I heard the story, Lamau. Actually, so small. PH 200. Yeah, exactly. So it's incomparable. Like, actually. And from PH, I think Flash is better. I think the Taiwan teams are extremely good as well. A lot of people are saying that they are a weak region, but they have no idea who the players on the Flash Wolf roster are. Okay, let me just show you guys. Okay. Man, 5 only is hard. Yeah, exactly. Alliance gonna be smurfing the playoffs. I mean, for sure. It's just like, it's like playing against. It's like it's free, you know. I mean, I don't want to sound overconfident, but that's just the truth. Because, like, we are playing against teams that don't have anywhere close to the experience that we do. Okay, wait, let me... Who the fuck is this? I think it's the wrong one. Ah, this. Yeah. Okay. It's North Luzon. We still have South Luzon, Visayas, and Manado. Yeah, exactly. Taiwan's really strongest region to me. I think they are the strongest, like, not strongest region, but Fresh Roof is definitely the strongest team. Actually, but still a strong team. Other teams from a strong region is impressive. Yeah, I mean, we definitely, the reason about it is just our collective experience definitely just push the team to a higher level. It's like 300 movie. Hesketh and Twitter, he does Warrior stuff for Wikipedia. Oh, okay, I'll take a look later. So let me just put this into perspective, okay? So think about our players, okay? So think about yeah, let me check. Was he on the up? Well, which team was he on? Okay, so he was here, right? Okay. Right, so he was on GH Alpha, right, which is, I guess, not a good team, right? So like the fact that he doesn't even have a page is telling you something, right? So let's just put this into perspective, okay? This guy, right? Juchi, pro player, okay? He wasn't even close. He's not close to the high level. He's not top tier, right, in Philippines. Right, top tier Philippines, right? Exocen, okay? Hames, right? These two people, Philippines, top tier in Warrior also, right? Warrior 5 that League don't have his girls pro scene. I mean, League has a girls pro scene, it's just that nobody watches it, right? So back to what I was saying, right? Juchi, right, one of the best players in Warrior at the moment in Philippines, right? He is Aaron. I see. Okay, so think about it this way. They are both on next play, considered best team in PH, right? Now, they weren't even close. Not even close, by the way, to, like, you look at this, okay? Liab was the best team in PH, by far. Yeah, by far. They weren't even close at all to, right, we see, oh wait, they actually won. What the fuck? Okay, fine. I guess they were pretty decent, yeah, but the thing is that they didn't even, like, why didn't they represent PCS though? Why were they not in PCS? Or maybe there was just like a bias thing, I don't know. That's kind of sad. Maybe here? No, there isn't even a page. Right. Treble, Hames, Touchsweep. Okay, so let me just put this into perspective, okay? So think about it this way, okay? This RSG, okay? You see? Raven, Maxi, okay? My 2 star players, right? This is Liab Esports, right? Exocen, okay? Hames, yeah? Imagine their jungle is Juchi, okay? Maybe they took Juchi, and their mid is Chuli, right? And then you look at the placing. Resurgence, bottom. Liab, bottom. Okay, just imagine this. Right, so maybe this was a off season. Right, we go look to the next season, right? Now, their roster didn't really change much, but now they don't have Hames, right? They changed their support, and Exocen is no longer here also, right? RSG, they sort of changed also, changed their support as well. Now look at this. Resurgence, Liab, bottom, okay? So, they link for you, okay, I got see, okay. So, now look at the Flash Roof roster, okay? Ysera, Bruce, Cookie, and Eason, right? This guy was on Alpha Esports December 2019. Okay, look at where Alpha is, right? Alpha, top 5, okay, top 5, right? Let's look at the playoffs, summer playoffs. I think Alpha didn't really end that well. We have to check. Yeah, they got 7-8 because they didn't place well. Yeah, they just lost. But so Alpha in regular season they placed top 5. Okay, so the most important thing. Okay, look, Bruce, Ysera. Okay, Bruce, Ysera, both from Machi and, is it no, where is it? Where's the Sarah? Hello? Ah, here. AHQ. So, it's Sarah and Machi, okay? Create top 2 teams in Taiwan, right? Just letting you know, right? And then we look at finals, right? PSG, Machi, whatever, Machi win. So, let's put this into perspective, right? They got world-class players, right? By the way, even Bruce, right, which was a world-class player. He went to Worlds and he played really, really well. So the fact that we players on that are succeeding in Wild Rift at the moment in other regions are players that have played at a high level of League of Legends, right? High level, right? But they have players like Bruce, which are world-class players. It's like at a higher level. You can't even compare. It's just a different thing, and it's just it's just different, right? And the fact is that 4 out of their 5 players are all league players. I think this guy isn't, the ADC isn't, but he was a pro, I think AOV player if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but like this, right? So this guy was on Alpha, right, which was one of the good teams in Taiwan, right? This guy was in the AHQ Fighter, which was the academy team for AHQ, right? And I don't know what the fuck is Forger. And then Bruce and Ysera on the main team AHQ and on Machi's was, which went to Worlds, right? See Bruce here, he was the ADC, right? He was the main player for Machi. So there's just like a huge difference, okay? Like when you compare, like I'm not even comparing the gameplay, okay? I'm just talking about players themselves, right? The players themselves make so much difference, because if you just compare the experiences that they have, right? Especially since they are their own, the guy that is not the league player is ADC. Right? It doesn't matter, you just ask him to shoot, right? ADC, you don't need to use pain, you just prep, tap, 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 tap. You just listen to what your team says, I think PH Secret and NXP dominate. I'm a fan of Team Secret than NXP. What do you think of Team Secret, Azar and NXP Arise? I think they are both probably the best top laners in their region. Yeah. Also his mid laner. Yeah, he swapped to mid lane. What is this story? Let me see. Yuko PH. Oh shit. Phone. Oh, he was number 1 rank in the what you call that? In their challenger server. In their challenger league. So why did Sarah leave or subbed? He had national service soon, so yeah. And he wasn't playing well, so we decided to get a new top laner. Well, yeah. Yeah, PH server. I mean, okay, I'm just gonna say something. Okay. Getting challenger and PH server doesn't mean anything. Like, getting rank 1 in PH doesn't mean anything. Okay, it's kind of toxic, but it doesn't mean anything, because Alex, right, Shinsekai and Raven have both been rank 1 multiple times, and it doesn't mean anything. Okay, it really doesn't mean anything. If you tell me he's rank 1 in Korean challenger, oh shit, okay, I would give a fuck, right? Because that guy is insane if he could do that. If he could even get challenger in Korea, that would be insane. Why did I get set? I hope we have coach like you. I mean, I don't know what are the other coaches like, so yeah. There definitely will be more people like me eventually. Hope we have worlds in Wild Rift. Yeah, I hope so too. See, it's cool that it's all professional and you're all still cool though. Yeah, of course. See a lot of diamonds in PH. For sure. Scream game on PH teams. Yeah, we did Scream PH teams. 100k USD LAN event for Vietnam soon. I think that's the summer season, yeah? Right, summer. I think we can see it's, where is it, here? Yeah, see? This is the one. This was what I was talking about. I'm back. Hello, Otavio. Like, this was what I was talking about, right? Because Vietnam generally has the sort of worst gameplay, and the fact is that they have direct invite. What? This is so crazy. These teams didn't even have to play qualifiers, by the way. It's so crazy. But so just think about it, okay? Vietnam currently does not have very strong gameplay, right? It's not that they are bad, it's just not strong, right? So they can be considered one of the weaker regions, right? But the thing is that their prize pool is the highest out of everybody. So remember, 35k USD, okay? So we will assume that Philippines or Taiwan, right, one of the bigger regions, probably have a similar price pool, right? But no, the price pool is 28k USD, right? Theirs is 100k, okay, 100k, 4 times more than the Philippines price pool, right? So now let's look at Taiwan. It's not out, it's not announced yet, so yeah. But maybe Thailand, right? Thailand also a very big scene, right? 50k, so 2 times that of the Thailand scene, right? And mind you, Thailand is also a huge fucking community, yeah. So now let's see. I think Indonesia is the lowest, right? 8.3k, which is like compared to 100k is a joke, dude. Singapore not yet announced. This is Philippines. So let's look at the Malaysia one, right? 7. Oh wait, no. Malaysia is the lowest, right? 7.4k. So just think about it this way, yeah. RSG, good choice, go Vietnam. Yeah, definitely good choice. Like, we fucked up, man. Maybe we should have went to Vietnam. Did you watch LEC finals yesterday? No, I didn't watch it. Can you give team names on Scream Game? No. I mean, like, we have screamed quite a few PH teams, so I don't really remember like all of them. But yeah, we've definitely screamed quite a few. Love you giving insights, but I hope you're gonna pop off soon. I hope so too, dude. I mean, maybe eventually. So Super Cup, summer, eventually. Now this is interesting because you can definitely see all the transfers here. Oh, I just realized Kagami left Berjaya Dragons. What's this? Oh, Unicorns of Love. Wow, okay. Decided to pick out a roster. All the European orcs coming to Wild Rift now. What's this? Clutch Gamers. Oh, this guy went back to Arctic Fox. Zisune. Oh yeah, this is their new top laner. Oh, the IMP roster. Haha. Ah, look, it's us. Me. What team do you expect more in PH, and what team do you want to play and what ever happen? I mean, at the moment it's just Next Play and Team Seeker, right? Like, what else is there to say? I think it's just these 2 teams. Perks playing Wild Rift. I mean, the game is fun. Like, he can just play for fun. You heard the former Divinity esports player, I forgot already. Join my team. Who is your team? Divinity esports player? Who? I only know Yap Yao Kai, bro, from there. Yeah, nothing much else actually. Malaysia, not my team. Oh, okay. I don't know which team they join. I don't know who's Divinity esports player also. So yeah. Queso Cup. Oh, this was finished recently. Oh, the team that organized it obviously won. Lamau. Nice. So if you all didn't know, these are like UCAM and Team Queso are two of the biggest organizations in Europe. When I coached there as well, they were two very big organizations. Like it's so big to the like esports there is so prevalent to the point that there are football clubs with teams. Yeah. So one of the teams that we played against was Bovista, which is a football club, Bovista Football Club. Yeah. Okay, give us some advice on Montreal Living Face and Warrior. Not really. I don't know what advice you are looking for. Are EU teams good? I have no clue. I have not watched their gameplay. EU teams play so passive? Is it? I have no clue. Divinity Hila. Oh, Hila! Oh, my top laner knows him. Plays ML also. PSG LGD? Yeah. No, I mean like in Europe. PSG LGD is a China team. Right, in Dota. PSG is the PCS team as well, yeah. But yeah, I think it's just crazy that like traditional sports clubs are making esports teams as well. So like like Golden Guardians as well, and initially like Echo Fox, right, but no more. You think for SEA Games they're just gonna mix or just an AUG? I think it will vary based on region. I do hope that my team gets to go, but I don't know how they are going to decide, right? So we'll have to see. ML is just released a new champ. It looks like Zac. I mean at this point ML is just known as a copy of League, right? So whatever. The game sucks anyway. I played ML for a while. I just got bored of it. It was too boring. Region where football clubs have esports teams is Brazil, Law, Corinthians, and Sabrina to football. Oh, I see. I mean in Europe it's very like Europe and I guess Brazil as well. Very common. Leona is kind of squishy compared to other things sports. Yeah, definitely very squishy. I covered that in my patch rundown earlier. After I finish the stream, you can tune back and watch a little bit because I covered the recent patch rundown in my stream. So yeah. What can you say that us Filipinos keep asking you questions and keep you from resting? I mean I'm okay. I'm gonna stop at 12 though. It's like 7 minutes from 12. You guys have to find a support cause rich. Worst come to worst I'll play. Yeah. Just wanna say I used your Galio guy when I played Galio first time I got MP. Hey, you're welcome dude. Hope you get some free elo with that too. In ML, you just step there and win. Yeah, there's no skill required. I feel it's very lame. It's just ML is more like a brain game, and it's very boring. I don't know how people can play the game for years. I think it's crazy. On your last games on your team, what's best? One shot learning phase or regular learning phase? I think it depends. Like each of them had their own uses, so yeah. Riot just released new patch and no Katarina nerf. Yeah, I covered the patch earlier on, so if you want to see the analysis after the stream ended, you can skip. It's after I casted the 5 games. I mean the 3 games, yeah. Or 2, sorry. No, 3. If not, can full team alliance? Oh yeah, for ML just got early head start. Yeah. I mean, it's cringe dude. They literally copy pasted like a lot of things from League. It's like pretty insane that they can get away with it. But yeah, for SEA Games, worst come to worst I'll play, which I think isn't that bad, right? Considering that SEA Games isn't a tournament with prize pool, and yeah, like if not, we'll just get someone else to play. like another Singaporean, which isn't that hard to find. Cause I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't mind going for SEA Games. I think they buffed Luna long pace. Yeah, I mean I said that in the patch rundown. So yeah, she isn't tanky enough. Only medals. Yeah, it's a waste of time actually. But I mean it's for fun, so I don't mind. And it's to represent Singapore. You know, it's like an honor. Bring ML game on this. Mum boom time. Probably not. But yeah. Right guys, I think I'm gonna go soon. Right, since there are no more questions. If Wingo can skip NS, I don't think so. You might. If I'm not mistaken, the rule is that if you win a gold medal, you will be able to defer, right? But the problem is that it has to be an Olympic medal, right? I don't know if it has to be gold, but it has to be an Olympic medal, right? And I'm not sure if SEA Games count as Olympic. Yeah, so I don't think so. More power in your games. I support your team here in PH. Thanks, bro. Or is it Olympics? I expected more to come. Yeah, will definitely come. Thanks for today's stream. No problem, bro. We'll come back maybe tomorrow or the day after, depending on when I'm free. But yeah. Right, thanks for joining the stream. If you guys want to support me more, you can drop a follow on my Trovo and my Twitch page. Those are the two sites that I want to be mainly streaming on. I think Facebook is generally not the best, so if possible, you can either follow. I mean, it's best is if you can follow me on both. But yeah, thanks so much. Hope to see you tomorrow IRL Asia soon. Yeah, we'll look to join the tournament for sure. Thanks for the streams. No problem, bro. Right, I'll be ending the stream soon. So yeah, like right now actually. Use Smurf account. I mean, you can just use normal account and join, right? What's wrong with that? I mean, we can use our Smurf account and join, I guess. But yeah. So thanks guys for watching the stream. Joe Bunny, thanks for follow on Twitch. Right, if y'all can support